like crack addicts and back Alex. No,
Oh boy.
Can we not talk about crack in the black community?
no, of course not.
Like,
I was
what?
just
We got money now. We just
Your
go.
request cannot be
Stop,
honored
no.
because we high key are talking about black culture. The question of tonight is: have we allowed our culture to be a culture of failure?
heated debates have happened because of this topic. So,
I don't think it is.
advisory warning. It might get gruesome in here today.
Trigger warning. Okay.
Trigger. Just
That's my impersonation of a good.
For those of you who are now tuning into the wonderful space age knowledge of Space City Renegades,
Space City
your normal host of Rob,
That's me.
Harold, and our special guest for tonight, Miss Aminah.
Hola.
Yeah, we're gonna dig into this topic because I sent Rob a couple of videos.
He did.
You
One-
sent me nothing.
I know you're not in the group chat, but we need to go ahead and fix that. We need to. Do we need to just go ahead and make a new group chat?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I've been thinking about doing that.
Because rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody.
died?
No, nobody
What
died.
died?
Just the interest of being a part of the group. God bless you, Q.
Understandable.
But
Yes.
you still ain't even. You don't even mess with
Quentin?
it no more.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, you dropping niggas' government names?
I don't call none of y'all by these little street nicknames. He's Robert. You're Harold.
Whoa.
That's a nickname, but is a nickname really a street name?
No.
It ain't what your mama named you.
My mom don't even use my last name.
I mean, mom so you use your last name unless you're in trouble.
No, she still don't even use my last name when I'm in trouble. I think that's the type of contentment she has for my father, but that's a different podcast. That's a
Yeah.
different podcast.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's for a different day.
Yeah.
You know they can still. It's for a different day. Tomorrow, maybe.
ASMR.
I got some pizza. We try to do that.
Nah, I'm good. No mukbangs.
No. Cool.
But no, Q just decided to hop off the ship. He handed in his retirement papers. He was like, "Yeah, we keep talking about the same stuff, but it's like, nah, man, you have to stick in there." But that's as far as I'll speak about that.
Yeah,
But
and shout out to Q one time. We
Yeah,
still love your
my
bitch
brother.
ass.
My
bring
light
your
skinned
ass
brother.
back, bro.
We still love your bitch ass.
Bring your ass back.
Not there
You
will
a
be
hoe
no
sometimes.
there will be no slander of
Bring
my
your
light
ass
skin.
back.
We're not even gonna do that. I got your back, bro. We supposed to be a homies.
Are you a colorist?
Oh, let's not get that.
We brought no shade into it. We brought no shade.
I'm just
into it.
saying, it just look some light skinned, two brown skinned men coming at his neck. He not even here. Like
He usually tunes in whenever we go live.
Yeah, he does.
he does what?
He tunes in whenever we go live.
Yeah, but he not like in this space to defend himself. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got his back.
I
If
feel
not,
like
that's
if
not
he
front.
was offended by anything we have said
Yeah.
in recent, he would have called,
Yeah, he,
text, and or hit us up in the group chat.
yeah, he is a real nigga. He would say something. Can I say that?
I mean, I don't censor nothing. I'm
Okay.
literally about to come.
I just
through
don't
all
want
the
nobody
footage.
coming at me be like, I don't know how I feel about her saying the N word.
I'm a,
You'd be
The
surprised.
N word.
You'd be surprised.
in my own honest opinion, we should really stop using it. It gives people the
Leeway to
To-
feel like they
Ah, okay. I guess that'll be our first topic, the N word. So, like, damn it.
But how does that play into failure?
The N word is like, it's touchy subject because, like, because here's the thing. If black people stop saying it, then it'll force everyone else to stop saying it. But of course, we don't want to stop saying it because we've repurposed it, you know what I'm saying, for our own thing.
Oh,
Now,
no.
has it become convoluted? Of course, because you have, especially in today's time, you have Latinos saying it. In some groups, you have Asians saying it. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it all depends who gets to use it and who can't. And that's where the problem lies. Because if I let you do it, I'm going to have to let her do it too. And that's the reality of it. Now, obviously, ain't nobody finna walk up to you and be like, what's up, nigga? And it's like, I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there are things that aren't as explicit or that isn't, how should I say? It isn't overt in your face type of thing.
Yeah.
So on the back end of it, I have friends that I let use it. They are not black, but they only use it around me. And that's how I keep it. That's just me personally. Now I know I'm gonna catch hell for that because I shouldn't be letting them use it. But I grew up different. I don't care. Like me personally, it's,
you know, like
we've repurposed it. Once something has been repurposed, that's what it is now. You can any rap song you hear from 2016 up until today, you can place nigga with friend. My friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, my motherfucking friend said that I'm gonna ride for my. It don't hit the same.
It's like the
But
whole
we've
hip-hop
repurposed it.
remix of it.
We've repurposed nigga.
It's like a gentrification.
No.
I said
Because-
the my friend part, not the actual song, but when you say my friend, it just don't even give you the same.
Obviously.
But
But-
I get it, because you have like, think of like the white people that did grow up in the hood. I personally have a homeboy who, you know, he's from A-Leaf. He grew up with all the A-Leaf niggas.
You
So
want to know what's funny?
it happens in conversation.
You want to know
And then
what's
people
funny
that
about
don't know
niggas?
him be like, y'all just gonna let this white boy say nigga?
I think this is something that gets glossed over with the history of the word. Poor Southern whites were called nigga too.
Yo, y'all just saw the clip of
Yeah.
the white lady on the Oprah show?
I don't
No.
know. We don't support,
Okay,
we don't support that Miss Andrews on these.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not about supporting
Miss
Oprah.
Andrew.
But a clip just recently went viral of somebody said something. I guess one person had said something or used the N word, and another white woman stepped up to the podium and was like, "You have to realize, you know, a nigga can be anybody. A white person can be a nigga. A black person can be a nigga. An Asian person can be a nigga. Nigga is a mindset. It's a
In the
how you
political
move.
atmosphere, when
Yeah.
you don't want to offend anybody, we call them black rednecks.
you know, but
Cultural appropriation.
see, she was like, if you're gonna say nigga, you gotta realize there's a lot of niggas in here, not just Oprah. And then she took it back. She was like, I'm sorry, Oprah, I didn't mean to call you a nigga.
No, she's a nigga.
But you know, it was just like that's how my parents raised me. And yeah, I do have a white stepdad and a black mom. But before my mom even got with my stepdad, my mom didn't want me and my sister using the word. And she told us straight up, it's not even about it just being a racial slur. Because she was like, her parents taught her, my grandparents taught my mom and all her siblings, a nigga can be anybody. It ain't even just about race. Nigga is a mindset. Anybody who is stuck in this mindset of, I don't want to do better. I don't want to be better. I'm comfortable where I'm at. So what? That's a nigga mindset. And you don't have to be black to think like that.
Well, okay, so here's the only problem with that. So there are niggas at every financial level.
You
Well, I won't just say poverty.
Yeah.
I won't just say in poverty, but just anybody who is in a, I guess I say a negative space, whether it be a
Okay.
financial negative space or just a mental negative space, and you have every mean or every opportunity, I'll say, I won't say mean, but you have every opportunity to do better, to be better, and you just like, fuck it. That's a nigga mindset. And anybody in that instance can be a nigga.
Discussing before we came to this point, what is nigga?
What is nigga? Its meaning, its purpose.
Who is nigga? How is nigga?
How is
Why is nigga?
Why? Where is
is nigga?
When?
Can nigga be a pronoun?
it? Basically has become a pronoun.
I don't know. I don't want to see that shit in nobody bio. I don't want to
My
see
pronouns
no
are he, nigga.
He, them, they nigga.
Don't get me, guys. Don't get me.
It's too late. We're already here.
They'll be like, y'all see Harold? Yeah, nigga over there getting some food. What?
But yeah,
The crazy
it
part of
works.
that sentence that it has been used before. The crazy part of that sentence is that somebody has just used it and it has
nigga over there.
Nah,
And then he turn around. It's me,
like
nigga.
somebody was talking about me.
Or y'all see Rob and Harold? Yeah, niggas outside.
Nigga, yeah. Nigga is now confirmed as a pronoun.
It is a noun, adjective.
Can I put? I might put it in my bio. I would. What's the word I'm looking for? I rescind or whatever. Y'all know the word I'm trying to think of.
No.
It'll
I
come to
don't.
me. I take back what I said. I might put it in my bio.
I
She,
recant my
her,
statement.
or recant. That's the.
You are my
I
friend.
appreciate you.
God.
Not COVID. I'm just fat.
Rabies? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say something, but that would have been putting my business out there. That would have put my business out there. And we on the internet.
Wait.
We on the internet. We on the internet. So I'm a
Just guess until you get it wrong.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry. I just had to be funny.
Father.
This
I'm
is
just
it.
saying, if I got rabies,
I definitely got rabies.
okay.
Rabies.
I need shots in my stomach.
That's not good.
Tequila preferred.
Oh.
Double
Okay.
entendre.
He tried to save himself.
But I'm tired.
Built ass.
Oh, God. I think those are called BBLs.
Those kind of shots.
We can't do anything properly. Yes, we can. But no,
Oh, I love this shit, bro.
the conversation.
Why did I agree to this?
You thought it was interesting.
I did. I was like, ooh, a podcast.
Yes.
Everybody does them now. Why not?
No, not everybody.
Most people.
Only those of us who are entertaining can succeed.
Yeah,
Nah, I
that's
see
kind of how that
quite
works.
unentertaining ones. Y'all know y'all see the posts on Twitter where they're just like, damn, they give anybody a mic.
No?
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Well, when you
But,
sell
like-
them on Amazon for $50,
Head
You
ass.
know they gotta buy one, get one at this point.
Face
they might.
ass.
They might.
But no, I mean, I've seen some of the
Everything.
ones that are on Twitter. Like, why did they give these niggas podcasts? And they'll say some wild shit. But usually, and it's kind of crazy. So the clip, I mean, well, yeah, the clip that they will post, I don't know why I couldn't say that shit. The clip that they will post will be of like an excerpt of like the most vile shit that they can find. Won't even get the full statement out. It'll just be like,
Shock.
bitches are evil.
Shock.
And it's like, oh, he thinks all women are evil. Da, 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 da. But the full clip will be like, so I had the dog, right? And I was walking her.
And we saw a poodle and she just ran after her ass. Like he was talking about bitches, not us bitches.
Damn, the bitch is evil. You know? And so it's always like a little excerpt or like a clickbait type of thing. It's never really just like,
Shock
Hell yeah.
content.
yeah,
Getting people.
Oh my god, he said
clickbait.
bitches are evil.
yeah, you know, type shit.
You know, hoes are sensitive.
No, I can't speak on it.
What?
I am a sensitive hoe. I am. But I don't speak for all hoes because I hoe different than other hoes.
So back to the topic. What we were talking about first.
Nigga.
Like
Who can?
there are different
What
kinds
can?
of niggas, there are different kind of hoes. But back to the topic.
And black
Different
rednecks.
kind of hoes. Ain't that some shit?
Because it's different kind of hoes because there's different kind of
this is the
niggas.
main complaint about our podcast. We never stay on topic.
Okay, yeah, but back to it. We was talking about niggas and what are niggas and how
And who should actually be using the word, and should we just stop using it? And how it's a slippery slope and sticky situation to
It is.
I really think we shouldn't
It's
use
very
it, but it's so hard to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
because we don't all come. Well, let me articulate this correctly.
Go
We
ahead.
do not all have the same value system.
Mm.
We may all have grown up in the same country, in the same type of environments, probably in the same similar conditions, but not all of us have the same values.
Well, we preaching.
One type of value is, am I actually going to be patient enough to hear everything a person has to say before I just all day?
Before you was sneeze? Because that's what it sounded
I
like.
mean, that's a very powerful method of art showing, but no. There are some people who just hear only half your statement, like we were just saying, shot content and or clip a excerpt out of something and just take the whole conversation and run with it when it's like, hey man, that's not even what I was getting at.
Like, let me finish my thought before you rebuttal. And most of the time, it ain't even a rebuttal. People just have no patience. They don't even want to. I won't even say.
Like, no,
they
man, I
don't
gotta
wanna
talk
hear
right
it.
now in the middle of what you're saying right now.
Let me
It ain't
talk
even-
over you
it
and
ain't
yell
even
at
that
you so
people
I
don't
can
wanna
get my
hear
point
it.
across, even though I don't even know what point I'm making.
Y'all doing it to me, but whatever.
Live examples. Head ass.
But
more
it's
you
not
know.
even that people don't want to hear what you have to say. Sometimes people don't want to understand. They don't even want to. They just can't fathom that there's a different thought process other than the one that they have.
the conversation turned into a fight.
And it's like, damn,
Yeah.
nigga, like, it's like, damn, other person of color.
Other person.
we
POC.
can't, we can't even,
BIPOC.
we can't even sit here and have an adult conversation where you tell me how you feel, I tell you how I feel, and we come to not even an agreement, but a disagree to agree, or well, agree to disagree type situation. People just always, I won't say people, but there are people out there that have this just mindset of what I believe is what I believe and everybody else is wrong, or what I believe is what I believe and I'm never going to change my mindset no matter what somebody tells me. You can bring me straight facts, but what I believe is what I believe. How I feel is how I feel. And that's understandable. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, to their emotions.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, like, you got to think of the bigger picture. You got to think of everything whole circle. Sometimes you got to think of, okay, this might affect me this way, but how does it affect the other people around me? How will it affect the people who come after me, the people that came before me?
So pertaining to the word nigga, back to the topic.
I am on topic.
I know you.
How does us using nigga affect the next generation?
Quite honestly, using a
How does
food
it affect the generations that became before us? Because,
So-
baby, I swear to God, Harriet and them rolling over in their
I
graves
guess
every
I'll
time we
just-
say it.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just restate my initial statement then. So it's like, it's either one or two things. Either we give it to the world. Julian!
What's up?
You might as well just go ahead and get on in. You came in late. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it.
Just like niggas. Y'all know niggas can't be on time.
That's why they call it colored people time. And we were just talking about niggas, right?
Nigga shit.
I'm the one. Oh,
I'm the one.
I'm the one. Yes. Here you come doing some nigga shit when we trying to make a point.
hey, I was just trying to be a part of something great, bro. That's
He
all.
was. And look, he's here.
He's here.
He's here.
He's
I'm
here.
sorry.
You know?
He's here.
Honestly, I think the devil didn't want me to get, because I got the address, but I didn't get the, hey, be there at 7 part. So when you say, hey, bro, be there at 7, I was like, motherfucker, bro. And I've been getting, my phone's been acting
Or
up all
you,
week.
you know what I got? I got to
Okay.
be there at 7, but I didn't know where to be.
Well,
Damn. How we both fuck up.
But still made it on time, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was here at like 7:01, so that's pretty good for me because he could tell you I'll be late to everything.
Boy, if you was working for me, you'd be fired.
Even me, you would fire me.
You got here at 7:01. There's a 15-minute grace period in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
There
Somebody
is.
tell that to my job because they be like,
Oh, yeah.
No.
Been fired for shit show.
FedEx be like, hell no, bitch.
So I guess I'll say it one
Go
more
ahead.
time.
Go ahead and say
When it comes to the word nigga,
Mm-hmm.
it has been repurposed. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
It has been
Very-
repurposed.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are at a point where we have to either one, take it away completely, or give it to the world.
Never give it to the world.
This is where we're at, Julian.
This isn't one of those give it to the street. It's not that. People say
But here's the
freely,
thing, though.
and we have
Here's
an
the
issue
thing,
with
though.
it.
There are Latinos that say it.
Oh, I know for sure. In
There are
California, you got
also some Asians
you got
that say it.
Vietnamese, you got Thai, bro. You got everybody across the whole.
And recently on Twitter, we just found out a whole sea of white people will say it on command.
Sure, bro.
Put on the-
Bro. I used to
Hey,
work
that's my shit, though.
when I used to work for like UPS, bro, and I had
Yeah.
to go into the meeting and like actual like deliver shit in there, bro. As soon as I walked, that shit got quiet. It was like. Then I walk out, hey, that nigga, this, that nigga, that nigga. I was like, bro, I caught these niggas saying the word. It's like, it's easy. It's like they think they niggas, you know? Except when it comes to getting arrested and being a nigga, no one wants to be a nigga.
Can I say it?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a
It's
nigga.
time.
Okay, Paul Mooney.
I mean, that's a
wanna
true
pretend like I
statement,
know
though.
who that
And
is.
that's one of the main reasons why we can't just give it to the world, because it does
Exactly.
still have power.
It
It
does.
does still
It
have
does.
weight to it.
It'll make you fight.
But we fucked up because if I let you say it, I have to let him say it.
Not necessarily.
I don't have to.
Not
But they gonna do it anyway.
Well, no, where we fucked
They
up.
gonna
is-
do it anyway.
Nigga, that's where we fucked up. Me personally, that's why I feel.
You
like
said hip hop?
In hip hop, rap,
Yeah,
whatever. That's why
yeah.
I feel like we fucked up at, because it's like, you know, pulling on the coupe, but a lot, you know, it's like then every other word is like nigga, and it's like they're in a concert. It's like only trail niggas I know, only trail niggas I know. It's like you gonna obviously say it, and don't let that nigga bring you on stage, because it's like you gon' say nigga, bro. Like,
No, actually, at a Kendrick Lamar concert, before he went on his hiatus, a young white girl got up there and she said nigga, and the crowd was like, hold on. Like word for word. And then Kendrick had to come back like, hey, we're not gonna do that. Whatever. So there's still a barrier. There is still a barrier.
I personally don't give a fuck if you singing it in a song because it's in a damn song, and
No,
I
I
know that you
care.
don't mean shit.
I care.
That's your opinion. I'm not even gonna
I'm sorry.
agree to disagree. We adults. You got your feelings, I got mine. Because
That's
it's
your
a
show.
fucking song.
That's your
It's
show.
out there.
I just feel like
I feel like you can make the effort.
Merch.
I feel like you can make the effort to
Merch.
bleep it. People self bleep all the time.
They do. I've seen.
So
I've seen
I feel like you can make the effort, but if you don't, I'm not just gonna slap the shit out of you. Be like, hey, watch your white ass mouth. No, I don't care.
That's where I come in.
Watch your white ass.
I've seen them do it constantly, like, nigga,
Bro,
nigga. And they're happy to say it. And it's like, I understand. She's right. It's in the song. But it's like, you don't know. It's like, it's the first time in public around niggas they can say it. They think they're not going to get hit because they're in a concert. I've seen it. Nigga,
Bro.
nigga. And they're happy
Yeah.
to say it. Like,
You can tell
Yeah.
you can tell those ones, and
those are the ones I'd be like,
pipe
hey, bro,
down, Kyle.
But that's the
you
thing.
dated
though.
one black girl, now you think you a nigga, bro.
Here's the
Just
thing-
because she said
but
you
here's
white
the thing,
guy.
She
guys.
might have cornrowed your hair one
Here's the
time.
thing,
Yeah,
guys.
said your dick is good, the one time, and now you think you a nigga.
Okay, hold on, pause. It all the same, whether it's pink, brown, yellow.
Oh, no,
it all
no,
feels
no,
the same.
no,
But
no.
next.
Back to nigga. Back to nigga.
like,
Number one complaint.
But no, here's the thing though. Like, it's not when you see them in concert do it. You gotta catch them in the
in
car doing it,
conversation.
listening to their music doing it, and they hit that whole hard. I was with my niggas and dun.
Yo,
It's
but
when you're in. It's
do
not
you
when
even
you're.
have niggas.
It's not outside. It's when you're inside in your privacy. When you use it amongst, when in your comfort zone and shit.
Mhm.
That's where the problem lies,
Yeah.
and
This
that's
is
where I
gonna be
said
one
this is
of
where
those
we fucked
Because
up
why
at.
are you
Where I
why
have
are you
to
so
say,
comfortable just saying
Why are
that
you so
shit?
comfortable?
Because we've made it comfortable for an entire generation of people
But,
to say
but
it.
that's
Here's
why
the
we're at
thing.
our ultimatum.
Here's the thing. It's not necessarily an ultimatum. I would like for us to not even slip down the slope of deflection, calling, oh, well, no. I said our culture. Has our culture devolved into a culture of failure? Meaning, in the implication of what everybody just said, if we took the word nigga from every other 3 words out of rap music and actually up the vocabulary,
For sure.
would so many people actually feel so pressed to actually repeat rap lyrics? Why? Well, if they feel comfortable saying it because it's music, we're actually saying it's popular within our culture to just go ahead and say it. So if somebody admires our culture, are we giving them the free pass to say it? Well, the counterpoint is no, you're not one of us. Well, if we're selling our culture and they're buying it, aren't they
You're
not one of us?
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
That's a
Okay,
more
preach,
in
preacher.
and that's a more that it keeps going back to it. So do we give it to the world or do we take it away?
I think we just stay where we're at.
No, that's not.
No, there
Here's how I
has to be
see it.
something.
Here's how I see
There
it.
has to
There's
be
no give and
problem
take here.
resolution.
So, like you just said, we are selling our hip hop music is literally the #1 selling thing on planet Earth right now.
Because niggas
Besides
love niggas,
sex.
bro. Niggas love niggas.
And the
bro. Wanna
majority,
be-
95% of it that is promoted, 95% that's promoted, nigga.
Like, it's the trap music that's really going hard. But if you look at Apple Music, though, it is hip hop. But like when you break it down to genres, it's like trap music.
Trap.
And what is it?
It's just the new gangster rap. So
fuck with your bitch. I don't give no fuck. That's just your wife.
Drill
the other
music.
day, me and Julian had a conversation about Kanye West. And in the conversation, we mentioned 50 Cent.
Okay.
Now, 50 Cent in the early 2000s was that nigga. Had his own video game,
Yeah.
had movies.
I definitely
50
was
Cent
5
was
trying
that
to have
nigga.
models in the club.
Shout out to 50 Cent one time.
Okay.
So,
50 Cent had everybody hanging upside down on monkey bars.
this guy named Kanye West comes in. Because, 50 Cent is he's the stereotype. I'm hood, I'm black, and I gotta make it happen, and I shoot anybody up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fuck your bitch. And you know what I'm saying? It's the
Niggas shot me
mentality.
and I survived. Like,
So when Kanye came into hip hop and their albums came out at the same day, it changed the course. Now you don't have to be a gangster rapper no more because 50 Cent came from an era where Tupac came from, where NWA came from. Because Ice Cube created gangster rap.
You stepped on
Yeah.
a landmine, young sir.
And but there's more though. Because if we're gonna talk about why I feel the way I feel, it's an ultimatum because it gets deeper. So
You know how you just stepped on a landmine?
how so?
You know how the other video I sent you, why do young black men look up to gangsters?
So
Michael King's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all-
You just labeled all the things that basically bombard young people.
Yeah.
Video games, popular culture,
Yes.
music.
Yes.
So when nothing but depictions of popular black folks are nothing but criminals, from pimps to bank robbers, to just outright gangsters and other rappers who are basically sitting on their ass doing nothing but getting fat and smoking weed, how do you expect the next generation to actually aspire to be something
Don't bring
else?
weed into this.
So
We know what you like.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, and yes, that is a path. But time and time again, once these rappers reach a certain level, their kids just do other shit.
But they still mirror what dad did.
For sure.
I'll put it
To a
you
degree,
like,
yes.
No,
To a degree.
I'll put
To a
it to
degree,
you like
yes.
this, because I feel like I'm hitting a niche market, but it's because it was in everybody's face. Diggy Simmons is probably the only Simmons child that actually can claim some type of success after their father.
Because his
Ooh,
older brother and older sisters tried to do music and or fashion and or shoes. We saw him on
And
TV
or
doing it.
TV.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So side quest, real quick. Run's house was the shit. This was a black man running his house, giving all his children anything they needed to be successful.
Yeah.
And only
And I
one of
didn't
them
even.
did it.
I'm just not. And he would just sit in the tub,
Back
bald
when
and
Twitter,
all.
back when Twitter
I-
wasn't even twitting
And I
like that.
didn't. It didn't even click to me like, damn, that is a positive image of a black man. He's just living his life. Okay, my kids want to do this, bam. My wife wants to do this, bam. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen.
Not for real.
Bam. And then he even spilled tea. He was like, look, I make more money off Adidas than I do my music. Make sure y'all. He was trying to give game.
Yeah, have other sources of income. This music shit ain't gonna last.
It's
forever.
not gonna
You gotta
last
take it
forever.
Everywhere you want to go.
Exactly. Okay, now back on topic. So,
Please.
No, we're on topic still. You just talked about legacy and how a lot of people
but that's
fuck
what I'm
it
saying.
up.
The path, though. So I get what you're saying when you say, well, if this is all that's being pushed, if this is the narrative of a black man being a thug, being a crook, being a whatever, that's not a positive light in society. Yes, his children, his legacy, his seeds, they will pick up on that shit. Generational trauma is a real thing.
Oh, God.
I get it. But too many times have we seen niggas break the mold.
For sure.
We have too many examples of niggas breaking that mold. So I can't sit here and just fully agree with you.
Are they the rule or the exception, though?
Ooh.
Shut
Hey, let's be real, you
No,
know-
we gonna fight now. We gonna
Okay,
fight.
you know,
Of
being
course we'll
Harold
fight.
Bash, bro, but that is an honest.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, yeah.
Did they break the mold? Did they exception? Or did they rule? Did they the standard? Like what? What did they fit in? You know,
What do they-
Life's like.
I mean,
niggas,
so-
that's a
Matter of
it's a
fact,
category.
I feel like a failure for not actually sending you a video of some kids from New Orleans who were basically attacking some police officers. But guess how old they were?
They were like kids though. I seen that video.
Yeah,
I've
they
seen
were
that
like-
video.
Outside, barefooted, no clothing, no nothing.
Yeah.
And
Dude
the
look like
only
hoodlums.
question that was asked by the person who made the video and the other questions that were in the comment section, where is your father? Where are your parents? Who the hell taught you this? That's generational.
For sure.
If your authority figure doesn't respect authority, it's only
You're not
gonna
going to.
collapse in
Yeah.
on you
Well,
after
that's
a while.
right. So, that's just like racism. That to me, in my opinion, that's generational too. Just to make like
Understandable,
To which-
but living in a
But-
country that's the least racist out of all of them, which I can proudly claim, because name another country on the face of this planet that actually treats black folks with some respect. And don't even say Africa, because even them,
don't-
they
yeah,
sell
they-
their
they
own
don't
land
people-
off the
yeah.
other
And you
tribe.
got to think about
Man,
how
it
like
all depends
Nigerians
on
come
where
here
you
and
go
look
in
at American
Africa.
black people.
It
like,
depends on where you go in Africa.
y'all are really our niggas.
It all depends on where you go.
They looking at us like we really are niggas.
And we wilding out here for sure.
No, I mean they hate
Africans
Americans.
look at us and say we don't even have culture. Caribbeans say that.
Yeah.
But
Other
they took
forms
our
of
entire culture. What are you talking about?
They did.
Stop and pause.
They
Because
did.
I got a good
Well, they're
rebuttal. No,
appropriate.
no, no,
They're
no.
appropriating it
I
right
have a
now.
good rebuttal for you on that one.
Okay.
If they're appropriating our culture, doesn't that mean our culture is American culture?
No.
Yes.
No.
Because we created it. What are you talking
First
about?
of all, America.
No, wait. Let me get it. Let me get it.
White
Let me
people
get it.
don't have culture. That's like.
No, yes, they do. I saw a whole movie. We went to the movies and seen some shit. It was
What
crazy.
was it?
It's called
Happy
movie
Fast?
called no. It's a movie called The Northman. It's about prehistoric white people.
No, it's
Prehistoric white folks.
people.
Okay, not
It's
prehistoric.
Nordic.
Mythology.
It's
mythology.
Nordic.
Nordic.
Say Nordic.
Whatever.
Or just say Norseman. If it's Norseman,
Norse.
then Nordic.
Well, I didn't know
Norse,
the proper name
Nordic.
for it.
Slavic people. who are-
Slavic.
Yes, there you go.
So
Nordic.
white people have an
Vikings.
origin. White people have a
They
like.
have an origin, but their culture is literally been taken from other people to paste together in a
Yeah,
culture.
'cause
So
that's
that's not
American.
really a culture then. You just took scraps from other people's shit. And
It's called a mixing
You do-
pot, Julian.
I know
You
it's
do
called a
realize
culture pot. I know
America is
that.
not-
Hip-hop culture pot.
I don't know.
I'm not dumb. I'm just saying, like, if they took shards and different scraps from other people to
Yeah.
make a culture that's not. It's
You
just
do
like-
realize
But
America
that's still
is some
making
of the
a
most
culture.
mixed
What
up
is gumbo?
culture
that is.
ever
What
had.
is
that
gumbo?
still a culture, but I'm just saying at the same time, it's not an original culture.
As the Haitian and the Creole woman from Louisiana, we not gonna bring gumbo into this.
Am I not
But it's the
listening?
You could talk about
As
any
long
other.
as-
So
How
doesn't
about
every
this?
culture have their own rice?
So
You got white rice, jasmine rice, brown rice.
Basmati.
But thank you.
That's my shit. That's
So
butter.
when you say yes, I'm back to your initial question. Yes, because we created it. There's a lot of shit that black people have done in America since its inception that we do not get credit for.
Everything.
And we have it documented. So yes, you are right.
Everything.
That's one of the reasons why they hate us and they take from us like everyone else does, because we sold it
Or
we gave it
Or
to
they took-
them.
they took it from-
Or
or-
they took
Some of
it.
them took it,
They
yes.
took-
Or-
Some of them took it,
or
but we sold it. We,
Let's
Unless, yeah.
or we don't know how to actually monetize our own brand.
I was gonna say that
That
too.
shit,
We don't know how to.
Because the main
To an
arg-
extent, yes.
No, stop.
I agree.
Let me get
I
this
just
out.
said I agree.
I get you. Because the main talking point that has been going on in the manosphere now, and God bless Kevin Samuels, because
R.I.P.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
Because this has been the main thing that's been
I ain't gonna
Bill
say
Cosby in trouble over the
Yeah,
past
I
two
don't-
times. Because the main thing that I always notice whenever Bill Cosby finds himself in legal trouble, first time he tried to buy NBC, back when he actually had the money to get it. That would have been a clean. That would.
Why you can't?
Because they were not trying to let that. Nigga
They was
They
not gonna
weren't
let him
trying
do
to.
it.
Back then,
I only laughed because it was like, damn, my nigga really
can I
shot
finish
the
my
shot.
point? Long story short,
Father us? He just black daddy voice us?
Let him
long
finish. Let him
story
finish.
short,
My bad.
back then, Bill Cosby was known as America's dad, aka
Yes.
the lead role, aka the father figure that people were aspiring to be.
Yeah.
How far ahead do you think we would be if everybody looked at us the way Bill Cosby was looked at? As in, oh, black men are respectable, black men aren't thugs, black men are actually something to actually fear and or not have their toes stepped on.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep it pushing forward. Now we move forward to the allegations that were proven wrong, even though he served some jail time. You let the man fully out of jail, exonerated after you basically character assassinated the man. But what was the real reason why all those things started to come back up? Once again, Bill Cosby's clout was big enough for him to start his own network.
Yes.
The main talking point of which a lot of people have been trying to push forward, other than the relationship topics, even though it is something important, is black men need to create their own media. We need to create,
We need to
well,
create our
not
own
even
faith.
create, we need to control our own image. Because for far too long, Hollywood has had full monopolized control over our image.
A lot
Not
of
for
times,
real.
yeah.
Did you say Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Yes.
If you think about it, that's exactly what it is.
Over
Like,
time, we become nothing but hypersexual, hyper-violent, hyper-masculine, mandingo slinging, just criminalized. Looked
let
at.
me speak on it. Let me
Nothing's
speak on
wrong with the Mandingos.
And that
Ain't nothing
seems,
wrong
and
with
that
slanging
seems
that
to be
meat.
the reason
Ain't
why
nothing
so
wrong.
many of us can be happy with
SOS.
getting away with the
Save me.
whole, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and let that one fly and we'll just take the flack with the others. No, quite honestly, the simple fact that the main criticism that a lot of black women have whenever so-called successful black men date out is, well, sweetheart, you treated him like shit for the most of the time when he tried to stick with you. The statistics prove that when the higher up in income you go, you usually stick with your own. But when those who tried to stick with their own in the beginning were basically getting shat upon, and you were going for the popular narrative of, oh, he's a thug, what makes you think they're going to stay? Classic example, Donald Glover. Classic example, shit, Clarence Thomas. A lot of
That was the one.
a lot of affluent black men end up going outside of their race.
Yeah.
Why? When you go back and look at their history, they may have come from classically black places, but were they being treated with respect until they actually got over the finish line?
True.
I can agree with that point.
I can
But
totally
I
agree with that point.
also feel, just off the topic of how women feel about men dating outside their race, I come from an interracial relationship. My mother is a black woman. My father is mixed. I got a white grandma.
That's what's up.
You know, shout out Nana. Rest in peace. Love you. I personally do not give a fuck where you put your penis or your heart, as long as you are happy there. My only issue is when you ask a guy, okay, what made you interested in dating outside your race? Oh, these black bitches be ghetto and loud. I didn't.
So
like,
you're
that's
going after the
unnecessary.
loud minority. Got you.
That's my only issue. I personally could care less. Like, if you say, hey, if a man was to come to a black man was to come to me with your goddamn explanation, like, hey, I didn't feel it.
Let her finish.
Oh no.
Stop.
Let me
her
stop.
finish.
Anyway, if a black man was to come to me with your explanation and say, hey, I didn't feel respected or appreciated by my sisters, I felt like I was being put down, like I was being judged, just, everything that you said, then yeah, I could understand you going outside of our space to find what you're looking for, to find that love, to find that respect. That's great. By all means, do that. But I just feel like you don't have to put down other people, especially your own people,
True.
to make yourself feel better or to justify your choices.
I'm
I
glad
have-
that you said these things, and
Because
now I can
my
bring up
mom
an
gets
example.
that a lot, like for being with my stepdad. Oh, you wanted this rich white man. Da, da, da. No, my mom wanted a man that was going to provide, and she dated black men. My sister's father is black. My daddy is half black. It wasn't about my daddy being half white. It's not about my stepfather being white. It's she went somewhere where she was respected. I asked my mom, what made you turn completely to white guy? She said the last black man she dated told her that she wasn't black enough for him. You don't cook soul food all the time. Because my grandparents are Muslim, so my mom didn't grow up frying chicken and eating pork chops and shit. And I'm just like, that don't make you black. What you eat or what you consume don't make you black. And there's no need for you to put the next person down because you feel like they not living up to your expectations.
Gives you high cholesterol, but I'm
Like,
glad
damn,
that
nigga,
you
you can't
gave
eat
this
grilled chicken?
spill, because here's something that had happened in recent history. I hate that I can't think of this young man's name, but the black dude who got his basically official leap into stardom off of Insecure, the young black dude who just
Which
got
one?
recently
He just
married.
got married.
Just got married.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Which
But here's the
character,
thing.
Daniel or
The one that was messing with
Issa's
Issa.
man.
Issa nigga. The one that was on the
Issa?
couch.
there was a lot of them on the couch. It was
The original nigga that was on the couch.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he just got married to
Now
a white woman.
that you have the visual.
Yeah.
He just got married to a woman that he had been dating for the past 6 years. Here's the
What?
thing.
So long.
Because he was focusing on his career. I get the
Understandable. Yeah,
the
okay.
ad libs. Let
Yeah.
me get this out. Was with her for the past 6 years. This man is not known for sitting here talking greasy about black women or any of the sort. But the moment sister saw that he got married to an Italian woman who's actually in the same field of work as he is, who they've both been supporting each other up to this point, they had nothing but bull crap to give him. Why?
I think
Because-
sometimes that comes from insecurity too.
As much as we can blame it
I
on
won't even cap.
insecurity, the normal thing that we hear is a spill that you just gave. As long as you're not talking greasy about black women, as long as you're not putting us down, we don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
But they had an issue with
They
it.
did.
And
Where is
like
this?
I said,
They always
Where-
have the issue
No,
now.
I get that.
but
But
the-
where,
always
like I'm
but
saying,
where
I
is
think
this
the
sense of
issue comes
entitlement
from-
coming from to where you can sit here and bash a black man for not being your ideal image, but the moment he decides to go somewhere and not spill out his grievances and what you would call hate speech, why do you still have entitlement to this man? Why are you not happy for him for finding his love in penis hole?
It's not what I had
The
seen.
whole of
The hole.
penis.
That's not what I had seen.
H-O-M-E.
I know that's not what you said, but it's still the good question. Why are you upset with this man for finding somebody that is
Well.
equally yoked to him, but at the same time, he's not doing what you will all disagree with?
Why he got to
Getting
Say
all
something?
black.
Can I
I
say
sell
something?
Oh, no,
out.
you
Can I-
can't.
And why he gotta be a nigga?
No. I'm not even gonna disagree with you. I completely agree with you, and I don't know where it comes from, but I see a lot. Like when I be looking through comments about stuff like that, a lot of people try to defend it by saying, "Oh, that's anti-black. You're not supporting the black household, the black family, keeping the community black."
You know what I can say to that,
And that-
though?
is bullshit.
You know what I can say to that
Because
though?
black
Because not even
is a dominant gene. Them
because
kids
not
gonna
even
come
pro-
out black.
Because not even pro-black men can give us the firm argument of why to stay in the community anymore. Because look at what we have to deal with.
Facts.
Now here's the only.
On both ends, though. It's on both ends.
Because
It's on both ends. It's not
I
just.
would love to say what I need to say.
Go ahead. My bad. I'm
Because-
sorry. I did get loud.
Because here's the one thing I can't put on black women. If you are not raised to be a wife or know how to be in a functional relationship with a man, you don't know how to emulate it nor how to function within it. Same thing goes with young black men. If you don't have a father figure to actually teach you how to be a man and all you are is being basically told how to be one, or better yet, how it's basically said, a lot of young men are told a lot of young men are told what not to do, but not how to do it.
Yeah, you just gotta figure out for yourself.
Yeah.
Having to figure things out for yourself basically puts you so far behind the line.
leaves a
No
lot of
wonder
room for
so
error.
many young black men find resentment toward their sisters because at the end of the day, you have Black Girls Rock, you have a whole bunch of other organizations and arguments to push black women forward. But what are you going to do for young black men? Still leave them downtrodden? Because if we want to go outside of just our space, there's a lot of young men who are finding that college ain't worth it. A lot of people are saying that I don't even know what my purpose is, so why even do this when she already has it? She's strong, independent, and don't need no goddamn man. So why should I sit here and actually grow into being a man?
Because I want you. It ain't about me needing
Stop. That's more about
you.
relationships.
Right. Anyway,
I'm talking about societal.
Right.
I'm talking about societal responsibility because if we're gonna
Face ass.
because if we're actually gonna sit here and believe in the actual quote of strong men make easy times create weak men, and weak men make hard times.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, slow that down. Say that again.
Say that one more. No, real talk.
One more time
No,
for the
no, no,
family.
okay.
One more
No,
time.
okay.
Bag, please.
Hard times make strong men. Bam. Strong men create easy times.
Boom.
Easy times create weak men.
Hmm.
Weak men create hard times.
Ooh, bars.
That seemed like some full circle shit.
Bars.
That seemed like you're saying, like, okay,
You gonna leave me hanging?
if this man has everything together, he's a great husband, he's a great father, he's there for his children.
Please don't
Not
go down the
just-
same line as B.
Hold on.
Simone. You gave me a trigger response.
I'm so tired of being compared to that.
Trauma.
Look, I love B. Simone. I do. I think she's a beautiful woman, but I'm really tired of people telling me I look and sound like her. I don't want no boyfriend. None of that shit. Fuck that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It sounds like with that quote that it's like saying, okay, if a man does what he's supposed to do for his family, he's gonna create or his son will feel like things come to him easy and he won't want to try, which will in the end create hard times for his children and the next generation to come, making his son feel like he needs to step up. Then his son's gonna feel like, oh, I can chill, and it just becomes this repeated cycle. So it's like, how do we
Well,
break that shit?
there's another quote that goes hand in hand with that.
Okay.
My great grandfather walked to work. My
He
grand
meant that. Nigga, yeah.
my
He did that.
grandfather drove a work truck to work. My father drove a Lamborghini to work. I drove a Ferrari to work. He said his grandson will be walking to work again. If you do not actually create a culture or a legacy within your family that says, hey, just because I got it doesn't mean you have it easy, it goes right along with the whole saying of don't raise your son to be a bitch. Raise him to be a warrior no matter how easy the family has it. Because if you don't know how to actually fight and fend for it, you will lose it.
Yeah.
Just like
Which is why so many people can say, oh, they stole our culture. Well, here's the thing. Did you actually fight for it to be yours? Did you actually monetize it? Did you? No, stop. Because I get it. The deflection comes out so easy because a lot of people can sit here and say, oh, well, the white man this.
It's
White
not-
supremacy that.
had nothing to say
systematic
about white
race-
people.
Hey. I'm
Had
not
nothing to
saying
say
you.
about white people.
I'm not saying you.
I thought-
If the shoe don't fit, don't put your fat ass toes in it.
My toe kind of big.
oh, fun, you know.
I'm fucking with you.
Help me.
I hate
I'm playing.
Why
Damn.
am I fucking
I hate the Cinderella response. If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
Period.
My whole thing is this. if we are so superior, if we are so great, if we are so that, why do we keep falling for the okey doke and the bullshit and not actually trying to create an avenue for ourselves and actually using the greatest tool that man could probably create outside of nuclear weapons? These smartphones are literally gateways to the internet to give you all the information you need. All these people coming out of nowhere scamming you for $4.99 courses that don't even last 3 minutes, teaching you how to build an internet business and all these things. Why not spend all that extra time and money that you would use for partying, basically beating your body up with illicit substances, alcohol, sex, all these things? Why not use all that extra time and effort to actually build something for yourself and then create a bridge and an avenue for more people to get the hell out of there?
So here's the thing. I didn't hear my bad.
She rose her hand. She did the whole class thing. Make sure we hear you on the microphone.
Hello.
Pull it closer to you. There you
So I got 2 answers for that. 1, because it's a lot easier said than done. And then 2, motherfuckers don't want to. Because that shit's not easy. It's
So
about,
You know what I
listen,
heard?
I ain't even done.
Oh, that's fine.
I ain't even done.
She said one.
She mothered you.
Un momento, por favor.
Your dad. Oh, in Spanish too.
It's like I said, so it's easier said than done, and then people don't really want to once they get into it. A lot of people will start shit and then realize it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of self-discipline. They say, "Fuck this shit, it's too hard. I'm over it."
There's one word out of that entire phrase. It's the only thing that was ringing in the back of my head.
What was it, baby? Tell me.
You lack discipline, so therefore you don't understand that it will not be overnight.
Period.
So dedication.
This
Dedication.
podcast,
and discipline. Not even you can be dedicated to a lot of shit. And
Me and Rob
if
can tell you
something's easy, you can
from personal
easily be dedicated
experience.
to it. But it takes that self-discipline to get up every day and say, "Hey, I really want this. I really want to make progress. I really want to see the outcome of this. Let me continue, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many people tell me no. I'm gonna continue, not because of what everybody else going on, but because what I want out of it. It has to be a self-determination. You have to be self-driven, and a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people, honestly, I feel like it's a clout thing. If they not getting that recognition or that props or that pat on the back, they be like, "Fuck this! What the fuck am I doing it for?"
which brings back the question of the topic of the night. Has our culture become a culture of failure because you are doing it for others and not your own? This is my purpose.
So
In that instance,
Me and Rob
yes.
I
can
would
literally
like-
sit here and say this podcast didn't happen overnight.
it did not. We done been through. we done been through.
The
some things
last
with
time
this.
we were here was Thanksgiving of last year. But
Yeah.
guess what? We didn't let that stop us. We were still going live on Instagram
damn near every week.
Damn,
every
I didn't
fucking
like-
Saturday.
I like
Congratulations.
Thanksgiving. I like collard greens. I like fried turkey.
Anyway,
dressing.
congratulations.
Smelling ass
Glad y'all did
on
something.
grass.
Stop.
But no, like
It's
So, remember-
consistency that people lack. It's discipline
Yeah.
that people lack. It's
Yeah.
actual self-determination to be like, you know what? People may not have tuned in last week, but fuck that. We gonna still keep going.
I'm not
But
doing
that's
this
the
for
thing,
them.
though.
I'm doing this
So,
for me.
like, like the comment I made earlier about after, like we talked about how after some of these more wealthier people, their kids, they do other shit. So it's kind of the same thing. And then you said, well, is that the rule or is that breaking the rule?
The exception.
Is that the exception of the rule? But even with this same point, who is Oprah? Like we talked about earlier, that's a black woman who made it.
She's
Even
an exception
on a
to the
lower
rule,
level.
but will still tout out the liberal talking point
That's
of, oh, it's
cool.
racism. But guess what
But
gave you the money
did
to
Oprah
make
make
where
it or
you
not,
are?
Harold?
She
Did
made
Oprah
But
make
here's the
it
thing,
or
the same
not?
group that she speaks out against is the same group that gave her a leg
That's
up in
cool.
the competition.
That's cool. That's cool. But did Oprah make it?
Yes.
Bill Cosby, we talked about. Did he make it?
Yes.
And they took it away from him, right?
Character assassination.
Character assassination. So yes, Harold, there are. I forgot what I was going to tell you. Shit keeps coming down. But there are plenty.
He said what?
There are plenty of black people that have. There's a black-owned bank right here in Third Ward called Unity. There's a
Oh,
black-owned.
that's black owned?
Yes.
You
That's
learn something
dope.
new every day.
I didn't know that. I know
And
exactly what
here's
you're
the
talking
thing,
about.
though.
That's dope. I didn't know that was black owned.
I hate when people say, well, niggas don't ever want to do nothing. There are niggas doing shit at every level. You have to just pay attention.
Or find it.
For good example.
Yeah.
Good example.
Research. You gotta
What is
look
Turkey
around.
Leg Hut?
A
Black
black
owned.
owned
Black
business.
owned.
What is
restaurant.
Turkey Leg Hut,
Black
bro?
it is. We all
So
owned
this is what I
restaurant.
found out about Turkey Leg Hut. This is the wildest shit ever.
Tell them.
They were giving out turkeys for people to go get COVID shots.
Oh shit.
Not you gotta bribe niggas with birds.
No, you're missing it. From an economical level,
Yeah, I get it though.
the government gave them money to give people food so they would go get, their COVID shot.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Just
And
like-
matter of fact, we'll give you a turkey for it.
Just-
And then we have a black brand that'll do it.
Bro, just like in
So you
California.
can't sit here and tell me
That
that
niggas
niggas
ain't
ain't
doing
doing it, bro.
I know this is-
Niggas are doing it.
I know this is off
I
topic.
get it. I get it that there are more niggas not doing it. I'm sorry, Julian. I got you. I got you.
Good. This is more
I
fun.
understand that there are technically more niggas not doing it than doing it. But like you said earlier, there are niggas that are selling you $4.99 courses. That's $4. I mean, that's $5, ain't it?
Is the branding
If I sell
and
that to
marketing
40,000
behind
niggas-
those of us who are doing it, is the branding and marketing behind those who are actually doing something other than being court gestures?
What do you mean?
I just said
I just
it.
told you there's a black-owned bank. That's not a court gesture.
No,
That's for wealth.
Stop and actually focus on what I'm saying. I understand what you just heard
I'm
was
listening.
Harold is rebuttaling my point. No, I'm asking you
I'm
a
listening.
different question.
I'm listening.
Is the branding and marketing behind Unity Bank strong enough for a lot of more black customers to support them so they could open up another branch outside of Third Ward? Is there enough branding and marketing behind the Turkey Leg Hut that isn't ratchets being mad they can't wear their bonnets in Turkey Leg Hut because they have a dress code? Is there actual branding and marketing behind getting young black
I
men
don't think that's
into...
what they're mad about. But okay.
Thank you.
Continue, baby.
Thank
Continue.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we
No,
stop
he was getting there.
detouring?
He was
What?
getting there.
What?
He was
Stop
getting there.
detouring. Is there enough branding and marketing behind young black men to get into the STEM fields would actually make more than enough money right after they leave college? Is there enough branding and marketing actually saying, hey, young black man, I understand there's a lot of thugs and gangsters in your neighborhood, but come to this private preparatory school so that way you can actually learn something other than hit them up.
Or playing basketball or football. Or
Yeah, the
Because it's
stereotypicals.
It is,
That
basically.
goes
But-
back to what I was saying. Is there brand marketing behind putting somebody in the role of a knight, a
Yeah.
magistrate,
Mhm.
outside of being an actual court gesture? Because that's what I see a lot of times that
Yeah.
keeps getting the actual money. Court gestures, ball players, rappers, entertainers.
Because that's
Entertainment,
the
period.
stereotype.
I
That's the
Yeah,
And usually
stereotype.
that's the only way to get about the hood.
stop.
It's the quickest way to
quickest
get
way.
it.
It's not the
but
only
Not the only
way.
way, my bad.
It's
Stop
the quickest way.
perpetuating the stereotype. If you want to be respected and seen in a different light, it goes back to my point. We need to control our own image.
We gotta
get
control
that,
that
Harold.
narrative. We do.
I understand that.
That's
But
hard to-
either way it goes, because we've gone too far. And that's what I've been trying to say. We've already reached we've reached a point of no return with certain shit in the black community, especially when it comes to music, dance, even nigga. There are certain shit that we've already crossed that we can't get back. So when it comes to maintaining, yes, we do need to maintain what we still have for our culture, for our people.
But what do we have still? That's the question.
And that's the real
That's
question.
like the realest of questions.
Because
You
we've
wanna know
given
what's
so
funny?
much.
That's what I'm
A
talking
lot of
about. I have
times,
an
a lot
answer
of
to that
times,
question.
a lot of times I
We know
hear
you got an answer.
that we
I have an answer for
we've
this.
given
I know
too
you.
much.
I'm gonna give it to us.
I
We've
wanna hear
given
it.
too much of our culture out. We gave y'all this. We gave y'all the stanky leg. We gave y'all this type of seasoning.
We can take
We
that
gave-
shit back.
No,
we
I'm
shouldn't
saying-
even have that.
I'm just giving examples. I'm just
I know.
giving examples.
To
And
give
I'm
him
just
his-
letting you know that we can take that shit back and throw it away. We shouldn't even have that.
to give him his answer, I have another question that actually has the same answer.
Go ahead.
So you're gonna answer my question with a question?
No.
But that is something he would do,
I
though.
need you to actually understand what I'm about to say so you can actually get the scope of the answer I'm about to give you.
All right, Sensei.
In 1865, how much property of America did black people own?
I don't know. Let me know.
I wouldn't lie.
0.5% of the country was owned by black Americans, meaning property, things around the world that you tangibly see.
Okay.
Okay.
In 2020, how much do we own now?
I don't know.
0.5%.
Fuck.
So
He
you
had
say
to
we
do
got...
that.
Why are we still in the same spot? Don't
We
try
just
to
had this
do-
conversation.
No.
I'm saying, me and you, we just had this conversation.
I know we did. We having it now. As much as the major deflection would be white men this, systematic racism
Now,
that.
mind you, we've said nothing about white people this entire
get
time.
you. I'm saying the popular
We've said
deflection.
nothing about Caucasians.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying to the point of which an answer which will probably come across the screen or the comment section that will come across right now is, well, they did this, well, that. Well, seeing as how we live in the year of 2022, what the hell are you trying to do to actually change that?
Yeah. There's
Because
there's only so long that you can blame other people for your problems.
which
Yeah,
keeps
victimizing,
coming, keeps coming back to the topic of the question of today. Is our culture a culture of failure? Because we seem to be so content with only owning 0.5%.
Or
Where are these patents? Where are these LLCs? Where is the trademarks of which we are trying to get our foot into the game? Because instead of complaining about the rules of the game, play the goddamn game.
But niggas are playing the game.
Are they
playing the
really?
game.
Okay, well, how about
Now,
this?
okay,
Do y'all
how
think?
about
Hold on, hold on. Do y'all think we should create our own game?
From owning land and property, I get it. We don't own much.
What's the popular thing that we usually see that's also a stereotype? Why are you selling Big Mama's house when you could turn Big Mama's house into an Airbnb?
I always say, no. There's
we
an
are
actual argument for that.
We are too
No,
comfortable with giving away property
bro.
that we
Some
own.
of them have to. And that's the
Do you
harsh
really
reality.
have to?
I hate when y'all say, "Oh, we can't save Big Mom." Some people don't build that wealth.
Are they at?
Somebody
Silence your phone first.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Put this over here. So the harsh reality
Are we
of Big
actually
Mama's house.
educating ourselves on actual monetary? Are we actually getting that
A
financial
lot of black people
literacy?
don't have financial literacy. They don't.
Here's the thing. Just like how I said with learning
But
a
you
business without having to spend
we
49
can't fault
learning
them
the
though
game.
for having to sell Big Mama's house.
I can.
That's a harsh reality.
I can.
That's a harsh reality.
It may be a harsh reality, but it doesn't need to be the rule. Instead of
I
looking
get
for
where
a
you're coming
quick
from.
buck, you
'Cause
need to.
That's low key
I get
creating
you.
an excuse.
It's not an excuse
You people
sometimes.
look
That's how the hood gets
Sometimes it's not.
gentrified.
Sometimes it's not.
You can't say it's just this when it's literally both.
What
Yes,
is it
you are
both?
correct. They don't have the financial literacy to figure out how to save Big Mama's house. That is true. But on the other hand, there are people that try to save Big Mama's house and they cannot.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell you my backstory on that one because I actually have a story on it quickly.
Hit
So
that.
in Chicago, when my grandpa died and my uncle died, it was my dad, my uncle, and his brother, basically two brothers, and everybody was in the house. So basically, my grandma couldn't save the house.
Correct.
She's had the house since the fucking 50s, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandpa and my uncle died at the same time. There was no way for her to save the house.
Mm-hmm.
The money was saved up. She don't work no more. She's 86 years old. My grandpa was like 92. So point being, like, she had to give up the house. So it's like I'm kind of with Rob on this one, bro. Like I'm with you. Your point is solid, and I'm obviously a little emotional. I'll be real because I wasn't gonna say this,
It's all
but I agree with Rob on this one. Sometimes you can't save it. She's one woman. She's been a school teacher since like ever. I think she's been in the school force since 32 years. She's taught pre-K, middle school, high school, and special ed. So it's like when the opportunity and the bank and everything came to her, it's like, hey, bro, like you. So it's like we ain't gonna take it from you regardless. So it's like, what up? You either gonna make it hard or we just gonna do it anyway.
What was the reason they took the house?
It wasn't paid for, and basically, I don't want to get onto that, but she couldn't pay for it, bro.
So baseline, it wasn't paid for.
Basically, bro,
Was it being rented or was it being mortgaged?
it was basically, I think it was mortgage.
Okay.
I think I don't know all the specific details, but I know when it was told to me, she did everything in her power. That's why she was in the hospital because they were trying to take the little piece that she had that was of her husband that was there. They felt like that they were taking that from her. So when it came down to the actual deadline of the day, and it was either what nigga, when it was either you got it or you don't.
Out of respect.
And so here's the thing.
Out of respect
I got
for
him.
his family.
I got him. So here's the thing. His argument is that you guys should have somehow had some monetary saved up,
And
or
we
some
did.
literacy,
Not even that.
or some,
Not even
some
that.
type of knowledge
Because as much
to
as that-
save the house.
Hold on.
As much as that is walking side by side with my point, what I was going to say is, was your grandfather setting up infrastructure for your grandmother never to lose that house?
He was. The only issue was he died in mid-process of it.
See,
That's, no,
things happen.
I get what's saying.
Like,
Don't
literally,
take don't
he was
take that
building
as
up,
the
like he was
only
building
way
up a
out.
401k for her, like for her to have everything.
Thank
but it's like
you.
in the process, he
I
got
got you.
cancer. He was breaking down his body, and it was just like life happened.
I got you.
And
Seeing as how my grandmother just recently passed and we didn't have to sell the house and we're basically repurposing it to make money off of it.
our lives are different. All right, so look, it's a duality, bro.
This is why I was about to
Duality right
say two things can be correct at the same time.
It's a duality.
Very much true.
There are
Very
situations
much true.
there are situations where the infrastructure was being built but was never finished and you end up losing the house. And there are situations where the infrastructure was already there. My grandmother knew she was not long for the earth, so she already had insurance and everything else that basically said, after I paid off my house, I have the deed. So can't nobody sell the house but family. The bank can't come for it. The government can't come from it. Just keep
Yeah.
paying the taxes.
We didn't have it like that. It was in process. What I was told was it was in process of everything being taken care of. He was the ideal, like, man. This man was raised in hard times. So everything he was saying, my grandpa walked to work. This nigga walked to work even when he had a car.
Yeah.
That was just what he was used to. So point being, to wrap it up, was when I was told, hey man, so you didn't do this, because that's how some of my family is. They're gonna belittle you and be like, hey, so you just didn't have your shit together, so that's just on you. But when you hear the actual story of just like, hey, grandpa was doing the damn thing, but life got in the way. And then when grandma tried to actually get back in the field, my grandpa was a husband. It was like, nah, bro, like, you've been teaching forever. Sit down. I'm gonna do this. So yeah, he could have did things differently, but he put it on his shoulders like any real nigga I feel like would have done. And he just died in the mid process. So he kind of left her hanging, but he didn't intend to. So it was just like, hey, bro, you got to sell this house.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Like
your
your grandpa's dead and your son is dead. How are we gonna pay for these funerals? So it was kind of like, you know.
What are we gonna?
That goes into a different
Uh-huh.
argument. The answer is always
Oh,
life insurance.
After this, we can give it.
All that. That goes into a whole different talking point, but this is why I always encourage people to get life insurance and actually have a last living will and
Yeah.
testament.
That
is real.
I understand a lot of people see that as you basically admitting or giving up on life, but that's not what that is. That's insurance for your family to actually pay for your funeral without them having to fucking fry up fish dinners and all this other good shit. Going on GoFundMe and basically selling all that shit on the corner. It saves you respect,
let me give
dignity,
my,
and it still gets you a nice funeral.
Let me give people a tip. You can get a very cheap ass life insurance policy. You can pay like $5 a fucking month. Please do it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I get cremation is cheaper. I personally want to be cremated. I just don't want to be sitting in a box rotting away. Please cremate me. But
Prevent the
honestly,
zombie apocalypse.
On me, because I said it's real, bro.
shut up, shut up. But not for real. That's something that breaks my heart a lot is when people don't have life insurance. I had a cousin who was, I have brothers, but they live with my father in Florida, and that's an estranged relationship. So I didn't grow up with my brothers. I grew up with my male cousins. One who is my mom's first cousin, so he's my second cousin. He had a heart condition, which also affected his mental. So although he was 30, just because of everything he had going on health related, mentally he was about like 25. So yeah, it was a sad thing, but he could still communicate, and we were super fucking close. He taught me how to drive. He honestly was the first man to like really talk to me about not trusting boys because they'll say whatever they want to get
Men are
what they want.
whores.
Yeah, so
They only want the box.
Like everywhere he went, I wanted to go. I was his shadow when I was little. And because of his health condition, I personally believe that he died because of COVID, and that him being a black man, the EMTs really didn't give a fuck because he was overweight. He really was. He was obese, and he had a heart attack. His sister performed CPR, brought him back, and he passed on the way to the hospital in the ambulance. I personally think that they didn't try hard enough.
We're gonna say this
But,
for another time.
Yeah, hold on. What I'm saying is he didn't have life insurance, so the funeral home that did organize his funeral threw that shit together. It was very sloppy because we as a family, or well, I will say that part of the family didn't have their shit together to give him the homegoing that I felt like he deserved. So seeing him literally laid out on the table with a sheet draped over him, even though he was dressed nice, it was bullshit. So it's just like, I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't have the resources, but something as simple as life insurance, you can pay $5 a month on somebody and give them a simple ass funeral. So what if you rent that fucking casket? At least they look good on they homegoing. Even if you gotta fucking cremate them, because that's cheaper than putting them in the ground and you don't have a burial plot, that's fine. But do something. Like you said, it's about leaving a legacy. It's about creating a legacy, leaving something for your family. It starts small. We're not asking, people to create, like, save $3,000 or pay $3,000 a month on somebody. No, you don't have to do nothing super, super big to get where you need to be. And that goes like with anything in our fucking community. Like, so people just feel like, oh, if I do something, it's got to be so great. It's got to be so eye-catching. It's
The clout. That's what it is.
It is clout, and maybe that is why our culture is becoming so based on, you know, whether we fail or
Materialistic.
Yeah.
and it's really weird because it's just like
It's like symbol, like Nipsey said, the status symbol or symbol of status or whatever that song. It's like that. Like, what is your status? It's like, you know.
yeah, and that shit shouldn't even matter. Like I was just saying earlier, like so much or well, so many times people only do things for recognition,
Yeah.
for clout.
They don't do it for their own person.
And you got to get over that shit. Like we say we want these black spaces, we want these opportunities for ourselves as black people, then create it. And so what if people don't fuck with that in the beginning? So what if they don't fuck with it at the end? You did it for you. You can't expect everybody to fuck with you. You can't
Or see your
you
vision.
can't expect everybody to see your vision. You can't expect everybody to hop on that bandwagon. Sometimes that's just the reality of it is people ain't
Very true.
where you at. That's like I said about mindsets. People have different mindsets. All four of us in this room think differently. The three of
For
y'all
sure.
think differently as men. I for shit show think differently as a woman. It's everybody has a different thought process, but that don't mean none of us are wrong. That don't mean none of us are right.
Like he said, we could be
It's
both be right at the same
duality.
time, you know
We
what
can
I'm
both
saying?
be right. We can both be wrong. Two things can coexist together
Two
at
great-
the same fucking time.
Okay, so wait,
And that's
quick question.
okay.
Quick question then. So then can we keep nigga and give it to the
No, it don't work like that. You can't have her and give her to the streets at the same time, Rob. That's not.
No, whoa, damn. And put her in the
She
streets.
playing the
Damn.
that's not your woman.
Exactly. So that was my analogy to
That
him.
was a good analogy.
Thank you. He said, can we keep nigga, but allow them to use it? Okay, can you keep fucking this bitch and let your homies hit her?
Okay, let's hold on. On that note.
It was a little vulgar, but yeah.
I apologize.
You're good.
You know how I
No, you
operate.
good.
Hold
You
on.
good.
I apologize.
Hold on. I just want to ask. Okay, then why is it different with niggas? Why can you fuck my bitches and still think that it's gonna be cool and that I should only fuck with you?
To be honest,
I can answer that question off radio.
And I hate that whole double standard shit.
argument. This is
You
a
a
paper
hoe
thin
too.
argument. This is a paper thin argument. You want to know why it's a paper thin argument? Because if you're actually in a
This
committed
fucking mic fall on me.
you moving around a lot.
I got ADHD. I can't help
I
it.
feel you. Still, just try. This is a
I
paper.
will fight you.
This is a paper thin argument, and the reason it's a paper thin argument because so many people could do the what if game, the whataboutism by sticking holes in it. Here's the thing: if you are not in a committed relationship, do not put entitlement nor put your ego in it with the whole "that's mine." No, unless the both of y'all come to a consensus and actually truthfully mean it. That's my woman. That's my man. That's where that ego goes, and it can actually flourish into something of we are a couple. If neither of y'all have come to that consensus,
So what are we? I'm fucking with you. Anyway,
No,
continue. Continue.
Somebody-
I'm fucking with you. Oh my god,
I
it
know
was a
you're
joke.
fucking with me. I know you're fucking with
Make-
me.
continue.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to make a point, and
Yeah.
the jokes just keep coming.
That's what
I get it. Like I was saying, this is a paper thin argument that a lot of people get their ass hurt over because it's like you haven't even taken the proper steps to actually say we are a couple. If
No, yeah.
neither of y'all have actually said y'all are a couple, y'all might as well just consider yourselves fuck buddies.
that part.
Or just ordinary.
I am a firm believer
We're just
in.
bored.
I'm a firm believer in. Don't act like a boyfriend or a
People.
girlfriend if y'all haven't had that conversation. If he hasn't said, "Hey, do you want to be in a monogamous relationship or even polyamorous? Do what you want to do. Love is love." If he hasn't come to you and say, "Hey, do you want to be in a relationship? We're dating." Well, I won't say dating. We're in a relationship. You're my woman. I'm your man. Do you want to do that? If he hasn't come to you or she hasn't come to you and said, "Hey, that's what I want," don't do nothing for that motherfucker. Don't be out here giving out money. Da 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 da. I mean, if you want to be a helpful person, that's on you. Whatever. But as far as like. Don't give out relationship qualities if you're not in a relationship. I'm not finna be, committed to you and only entertaining you if you haven't asked that of me. Because I'm not finna put all my motherfucking eggs in one basket. I'm not finna be over here worried about you and what you got going on and you not worried about me. Reciprocate energy. If you want me to be your woman, say, "Hey, Aminah, I think you're amazing. You should be my girlfriend."
I think you're amazing.
I mean,
Face the ass.
Like, I think you're amazing. He's like, just say, I just want you to be my girl.
I mean,
Had to throw a little-
that's really basic.
Put a little sprinkle on
Because
there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a forward type of woman. Like if I'm messing with a young man,
Oh,
and I mean, I like old niggas too, but if I'm messing with a man in general, and I'm interested in being more than just your fuck buddy or just one of the women that you are dating,
Mm,
I'm gonna say, hey, I don't know what you have going on,
mm.
but and I'm not giving you an ultimatum, but I'm interested in you, and I would like to start a monogamous relationship with you if that's something you want. If not, that's cool. But I think that doesn't happen because a lot of people are afraid of rejection or they're afraid of losing what they want.
Or the presumption that you're fucking has started the relationship.
Hey, sometimes it has though. Like when the energy and the flux has changed, bro. It went
Yeah.
from just simple, just fucking, and now, hey, are you hungry? He's like, whoa, 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 why you asking me that? Like, what's up? Like,
But I will take a double cheeseburger.
on me.
Look, I'm gonna lie. The way I get
Okay.
down, we gonna work up a
Seeing as
sweat.
how-
So I'm gonna
seeing as how
feed you
we keep going
regardless.
off
But that don't mean that I care about you.
See, it's
No,
not-
but
If
this
I
does
offer
matter.
you a
This
McDouble,
does matter.
I understand. This is a part of culture that I was
Yeah.
about to bring back to the whole point because
Yeah.
this is something that we as a people have lost sight of because everybody else gets this right whenever it comes to courting, dating. Hey, son, we need to see the woman that you've been dealing with because, quite honestly, you've been dealing with her for a long time. Your mother and I would like to put a stamp of approval on it or actually show you this ain't what it's up. This is something that we lose in the black community a lot
sure.
of times because a lot of our young women don't actually get unconditional love from a father that's not trying to fuck them.
That's true.
To-
Ooh, that's
And seeing as how you
shout
don't
out to my
actually
pops for
seeing
never
it,
trying no weird shit.
because if you don't actually see what love is outside
Yeah,
of
bro,
the
it's weird.
sexual aspect, you end up trying to go out into the field looking for love with sex, and that's hustling backwards. It's the same thing with young men. A lot of
sorry. I apologize. I slipped back. That was a good one. That was a good one.
so
I
when
can
it-
speak on that from experience.
I get
Like,
you. Let me,
not like in a being preyed upon thing, but
let me finish this 8 trigrams, 64 palms right quick
Ooh,
before
okay,
anybody
Najee.
like
Okay, Najee.
before anybody else just gets into the spirit of, ooh, I got something to add on. I got you.
I'm gonna fight you at the end of the day.
Whenever it comes to young men even looking for love, you end up getting it from a one-sided track of, oh, well, son, just do this and she'll like you. Fuck that. What are your boundaries? What are the
Yeah.
things that you're actually looking for? What are the things that you will tolerate and not tolerate? These are questions that a lot of us can't even answer for the simple fact we get groomed into thinking that the relationship is nothing but what she wants, which is why you get this sorry-ass simp term of happy wife, happy life. Nigga, no. If neither of us are happy, fuck that. I'm about to go do my own thing. If you're the only one that is allowed happiness, I don't want that life.
That's
Yeah, we talked about that.
He
I
said
said a lot of times I feel
Wow.
like people who are in relationships
Sacrifice everything for
they
themselves.
they don't understand the difference between a sacrifice and a
Compromise.
compromise. A compromise is two people giving up something they both want for the greater good, for the best outcome. Both people give up something. A sacrifice is me leaving these niggas alone so that you'll fuck with me, but you still fucking with your bitches. That's me sacrificing. That's not a compromise. A compromise is you stop fucking with them bitches, I stop fucking with them niggas, and we can make this
Well,
work.
let's use
That's
the
just an
actual
example.
term.
That's
Let-
just an example.
No. I get what you're saying, but let's use the actual term. Sacrifice can be swapped out for capitulate, meaning there was a demand made.
Ooh,
and,
okay, word.
Yeah, that means there was a demand made, and there was.
Statistics 502.
God damn it! There was a demand made, and the person was just like, "Okay, seeing as how I don't want to lose you, I guess I have to do this."
that's true.
That's capitulation. Compromising is both of y'all coming to the table and negotiating terms. Capitulating is these are my demands. If you don't give them to me, bye.
So technically,
We-
is that not an ultimatum?
Usually, an ultimatum is pushing somebody into a corner of which they have no negotiating power.
But that's kind of that's what I'm saying.
It's somewhat the same, but it's not. You
okay.
gotta speak to somebody.
Ultimatum kind of, it's like you know that person's going
Ultimatum
to
is usually like the
give
breaking
in.
point. Like you're either giving me this or I'm out.
Yeah.
That's what an ultimatum.
That's
is.
okay. That's what it was sounding like.
Capitulate.
Every week, or get the fuck out.
Okay. I get it now.
Capitulation is
get
like
that.
I still want to be here, but
Every
I
week
guess
ain't
I
bad.
guess
That
I'm gonna
sounds
have to
like
give
some
this
of
up
the
so I
bad.
can keep you. It's
Every
like
day, though?
okay,
No. Sorry.
compromise, capitulate, and ultimatum. Ultimatum is basically laying out terms, and if you don't do them, deuces. Capitulation is I still want to be at the table. Seeing as how I have no negotiating power over what you just asked, I guess I have to give it. Compromising is We both find things that we don't like, and we're willing to give up on those things so this relationship can flourish.
Okay.
Okay.
Have I?
What you mean I always gotta wear drawers?
Oh no.
Have I broken
All
that
right,
down?
baby, I wear the drawers.
Have I broken
Look,
that
look,
down
I'm like,
enough
look,
to where it is clear?
As long as you
Yes,
wipe
same.
till it's
Okay.
white, you ain't gotta wear drawers.
Yes,
But as long
yes.
as I'm the one doing the laundry,
You
you
did-
gonna wear some drawers.
You did it very well. I appreciate you.
I'm glad.
Respect.
I'm glad.
No, dead ass, because it was. I
Respect.
really, you see, I brought ultimatum because I thought I was like, bro, is this a synonym or whatever? Like that also that can, along with
Absolutely
you
not.
hit you. I was like, because it sounded like.
Antonyms are opposites, synonyms the same. I remember that from like second grade. Yeah.
Thank you for that. But point being is, I thought that basically
was
when
the
you were
same.
saying, I was like, hey, bro, this sounds like ultimatum. Like, nigga, either you stop fucking this bitch or I'm done with you. It was like, oh damn, babe, okay.
That's usually how it comes out.
That's an ultimatum because
That's why I said that's what I
Yeah.
said ultimatum. I thought it was
Yeah.
the same thing. So thank you.
So do you guys believe that a lot of times in black relationships we do give ultimatums?
Oh,
hell
for sure,
yeah.
bro.
I don't even think that's in black
Sure.
relationships. I think that's in all relationships.
No.
No,
A
if
lot
we're
of
gonna
ultimatums.
specifically talk about
I
us.
understand. No,
Let's talk about
that's what
us.
I'm about to touch upon.
Yeah, bro. I think it's specifically
We've
black.
lost the essence of relationships.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
We've lost
Hell
the essence
yeah.
of relationships in our
White people-
Hell
And
yeah.
here's why we lost the essence of our relationships.
Talk to them.
Let's do it.
We don't see them.
If America is number one in leading in fatherlessness, and
We're leading.
we are we're
Damn.
the United
That nigga said that like a game. Like, we're leading. We're winning. We're winning.
Oh shit.
This nigga said,
Do you
whoa.
want to be ancient? Do you want to be a deadbeat? Call 1-800.
Oh, 1-800-USA.
Listen.
I'm so sorry. That just really threw me for a whole loop, bro. I was like, so majority of niggas don't know their daddy out here?
Out of the 38 countries
I mean, think
that
about
make
it though.
up what I hope I got that number correct. Out of the 38 countries that are leading in fatherlessness, America is number one
Shit.
because of the
I believe
welfare.
it.
Because of the welfare state that basically runs in and saves all the hoes, like America is number one Captain Save a Hoe.
I believe it, right?
America is Captain
Let's-
Save
let's
a Hoe.
support this motherfucker.
Let's just call it what it is.
Save a
We have Section 8, we have
not-
we have welfare, we have child support, we have alimony.
Shout out to
America
Daddy,
will
though.
literally go up to bat for women in all
Good, baby.
and all the mistakes that they could so-called make.
Child
But when it
support,
comes to
child.
actually saving men and all this other good stuff, they'll throw us under the bus. They'll sacrifice us in war. They'll let us die on the street in homelessness. They'll let us lead in mental health issues, drug abuse, all these things. Seeing as how we have more fatherlessness homes in America, it actually leads its hands to mental disabilities in a lot of young men who we see a lot of times shooting up random places.
Okay, pause. We don't really do that a lot, but you're right. There's a couple of us out there doing school shootings, but let's be real. That's not really.
You mean like
No, no.
Black- us as black
There's
people.
no black
Black people.
school shooters. There's black mass shooters. There we go.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, there are mass shooters.
Now that we
Black man.
now that we've finally decided to stop doing the Cinderella shit and let Harold finish his talking point,
You want a hug?
I don't need a hug. I would like to finish my point.
I like that. That was assertive.
A lot of times, black young men end up finding themselves in more criminal activity, just like the stats go. If you don't have a dad in home, you don't have a firm guard post to say, hey, you're not going to be doing this shit because you actually have some expectations to meet. A lot of times, and I know I'm not the only one in this room with a fucking dad. God rest my father's soul. I had expectations to meet.
Mhm,
I had critical thinking skills put upon me.
for sure.
Even if my mother was selfish with the whole, oh, you want to do this, and just believing a rumor of which one of her friends wanted to give out, with me not even divulging too much of my own previous history, I still had my dad, regardless of how many people could sit there and say, oh, he didn't do this. Well, if I could sit here and give you every lesson that I learned and every expectations that I met and everything that my father could say I was proud of, I guess I grew up pretty well because not a lot of motherfuckers know that shit.
For sure.
There's a lot of young men that we went to school with who can't even tell you who their fucking father is, and that fucks with them.
So, real quick side note. Marquise, I'm sorry, bro.
Don't do it. Don't no.
Don't.
You didn't have to drop the name, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
you didn't have to, bro. You still. It's too late now, but I don't think you should tell the story. But I think you shouldn't just name drop them.
It's too late. I can edit it out. I'll bleep it. Go.
All right, go ahead.
I want to apologize because I was one of the kids that picked on him for not having a dad. So yeah, I would always bring it up. I just want to say that I was sorry Because
You mean you apologize?
That's a
Uh-huh.
privilege that we don't recognize that is a privilege growing up as a black child in this country. Having your dad is a privilege, like literally a privilege now.
It
it
is.
shouldn't be.
And it really shouldn't. And
It should
I
be
can
the
see-
norm, but it's a privilege.
Well, you mean? Oh, I don't know if this is gonna come out right, but you know how like single good men are like a hot commodity. It's like having an actual father these days is like a hot commodity because not a lot of us actually get to see what a real man
having
is.
a good
Because it's an
father
advantage.
as well. Because
Okay.
you do have present dads.
Yeah, that aren't good, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A good actual father that's present, like he said, critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in this situation, how would you handle it? Because my
'Cause if
dad
you
was
think
like,
Young men who grow up with their fathers learn how to control their emotions.
yeah,
Yes.
well, they have emotional intelligence. That's what it's called.
And here's a
Most
Hold
of
on,
the
hold on,
intelligence
hold
is a
on, hold on,
cop-out.
wait.
Whoa,
Let me just say
what you
something.
mean emotional intelligence is a cop out?
Emotional intelligence is a cop out. Last time I checked, that's
I was
called
just trying to
empathy.
speak.
Okay, see now we finna get there, but it's off topic. I'm not finna.
Wait. Let Aminah finish her point, please. Let Aminah finish her.
What I was gonna say is the emotional intelligence part. That's not always true because I can relate this to a movie. I'm not a man, so I can just only speak from what I've seen. Let's relate this to Denzel's character in Ventus, telling his son, "I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't give a fuck about how you feel. As long as I'm doing what I need to do, putting food on the table, clothes on your back, that's all I need to do as a father." That doesn't create emotional intelligence. Just because you're there presently and you provide monetarily for your kids so that they're not struggling
I
or
agree.
suffering, cool.
I don't like
But your
using
sons,
movies.
Me neither, but I'm
I
I'm just
understand.
like
Taking-
I
understand.
like I
taking-
said, I'm not a man, so I can't really speak from experience. I mean, I could speak from the experience of being a female who grew up without a father until the age of 13, and another guy stepped in. But even with that, look, I'm gonna be real. I fuck with my stepdad to a degree. He's not. Maybe it's because his dad's not like that, and because he's extremely military. His father was military. He did 20 years in military, so emotional intelligence isn't really just something they teach in the military. It's more about you have to react in that moment, and you can't consider everybody's emotions. I get that. So to a degree, I see how my stepdad being raised without that has affected him and how he's learning now to communicate with me and my mom and my sisters
Mm.
about, hey, y'all have done something that makes me feel this way, and how to communicate that instead of just acting upon it or creating a situation and not really expressing his emotions. And it's because he didn't grow up with that emotional intelligence. His father wasn't emotionally aware, so in turn he tried to do better and break that cycle, but he's still lacking. And now that he's in a situation where he has children who are, I guess maybe it's because we're women and we're more emotional by nature, we communicate, hey, daddy, what you just did, I'm not fucking with it. Or what you just said, I don't appreciate it. Now he's aware of it and he's learning. I didn't have that kind of relationship with somebody until he came into my life. My mom is a woman, so she was already, like I said, emotional by nature.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy. It was just three of us. It was her, me, and my sister. So we had that, you know. And I can agree that there are things that I'm lacking because I didn't grow up with a father.
Mm.
And the guy that did step in when I was 13 isn't my biological father. He did a good job. He's done what he could with the tools he had. But that's just a part of that. You're gonna, if you don't have a good example of what it is, like we said earlier, it leaves room for error.
For sure.
It's a trial and error. You're learning on your own. You have to make those mistakes in order to figure out what to really do.
For sure.
All right, I have 4 points.
Hey, one quick question. What time we got to get out of here? 'Cause-
9.
9?
Oh, real quick before you make that, just statistic fact: 90% of black males are in their children's lives. Just throwing that out there. So go ahead.
4 points. One, I'm gonna touch on get right out the gate. I hate this fucking emotional intelligence argument because if there's actually intelligence behind your emotions, a lot of women wouldn't make emotional decisions that fuck over themselves.
I
With-
can agree.
with
As a
you-
woman,
with
I
you-
can agree.
With you guys being the more emotional side of the human spectrum, that doesn't necessarily mean you fall into the perfect saying of just because you should doesn't mean you could. No, just because you can doesn't mean you should type of argument.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear emotional intelligence, I think it's the cop out phrasing and popular phrasing of just saying empathy.
That's not.
Going off of my own anecdotal life and going after psychology, thank God I'm aware of Dr. Warren Farrell. In his book, The Boy Crisis, he touches on how fathers actually teach their sons emotional control. For those of us who actually roughhouse and actually were told, no, that's too rough, what does that lead into? Control. Why is that control? If I know if I swing at you with the utmost amount of my strength and it's going to cause damage, and I get told no at a very impressionable age and get told why I'm being told no, I'm not going to swing at you with all my strength when I'm playing with you because I now understand I'm playing. I'm not defending against you.
Wouldn't you call that emotional intelligence though? Because you're being told why that emotion or whatever you were doing. Like,
Empathy.
I hear you, but that's what I'm saying. Like psychologically, you're right. It is empathy. But what we were taught, honestly, was also it being called emotional intelligence. Because if you're being taught,
If I want to go ahead,
anger is bad because if you unleash that anger, you can either hurt yourself, which is 9 times out of 10, or 10 out
no,
of 10, or you can
that's a
hurt
misnomer. Anger is not bad. Okay, let me go off of Jordan Peterson then. Yes,
I'm not
you
trying to do
should
this
be
right now.
you should be a monster. But here's the thing about being a monster. You should be able to learn how to control that monster.
I'm not saying that. All right, I hear you. Anger is not completely wrong, but just when you are usually doing the act of anger, usually you either hurt someone you love or hurt yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm saying what we were taught in psychology, being a psychology major, that A, it can be used for good, but 10 out of 10 or 9 times out of 10 to the 8 out of 10 is usually used for bad,
What's that catalyst of it being between good or bad?
depending on the situation and what it is.
Control. Are you in control of yourself?
And that's why we were taught emotional intelligence. That's why I say you're right. It is empathy, but at the same time, it is called emotional intelligence because to a degree, you gotta having some intelligence to be aware of yourself. Hey man, these niggas are making me upset. Before I go off and beat a nigga ass, let me remove myself from the situation.
I would say that's more of knowledge of self.
I hear you, but that's how we were taught in psychology of that's
Understandable.
emotional. That's the only reason why I'm defending it. You're correct. I hear you. And like you said, two people can be right at the same times. I'm just saying that's what I was taught, and that's how I feel about it.
I'm in the fast lane, you on the left, and we still go in the same direction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, this is a debate right now. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm just saying that self-awareness also can, depending on your emotions, self-awareness of your emotions can also be emotional intelligence because you already know me and you sometimes butt heads. If I know that you're finna piss me off, for sure, I'm gonna get up and walk out the room because I already know emotionally I'm not gonna either have control of what I'm about to say or do. So the intelligence that I have, knowing that what you just said to me, I'm gonna just get about the room, bro. So that's why I say both ways we are correct. Because you're right, it is empathy, bro. Correct. Hands down. I cannot disagree with you. But also being what I was taught by a black woman who honestly been a psychologist for like 45 years and plus, I agree with what she's saying.
It's funny. I was taught psychology by a man.
Ooh, fuck. I see, because it's like I'm viewing it from a woman's perspective, and you're viewing it from a okay, cool. But it's funny.
And that
The reason why I
explains it
also
all.
agree with you too, because it's like they're both. I have two mentors, Dr. Williams, who's also a man, who's now my official mentor because the other one she moved to Atlanta, so I don't really have like that like bond. But I can say that I have both eyes, and I totally agree with what you're saying from a man's point of view. But being that I was taught by a woman, I'm only calling it emotional intelligence because, like you said, women are the more emotional gender, and a woman's more quicker. What I learned, a woman's more quicker to lash out before a man. I said what I learned. That doesn't mean it's correct. All right, black woman, that doesn't mean it's correct.
I didn't even laugh out though.
You didn't. You just put the face over there, my love.
Oh, damn.
Anyway,
Getting back to the important
Anyway.
lessons that you should learn as a young man.
but go ahead.
But wait,
Stoicism goes into everything that we're talking about right now. Stoicism is usually the natural default of men, which a lot of women take issue with because it's like, why don't you express yourself more?
We don't want to be vulnerable.
That's not my natural default. I don't want to be vulnerable or have one of my weaknesses exposed because
Exactly.
I'm now acting out of turn. It's like, oh, you really like this girl.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna keep fucking with you about this
This
girl.
girl.
So you can basically, so she can basically lose respect for you because you are now acting emotional.
you know
I
be a
don't
bitch,
care-
right?
I don't care how.
It
I don't
works
care
every
how
time,
much
bro.
a,
It's the ego.
This is the best articulation.
Survival
I
of
could
the
put,
fittest,
this is the
nigga.
best articulation I could put
Survival of
upon
the
it. I don't care how much you love a man. The moment you see him at his weakest, there's just something within your brain chemistry that says he is a liability to me now because
Exactly.
other men can fuck with him emotionally
Emotionally.
to where he now becomes vulnerable to the pack.
I agree. I've done it. I've been in a position
Okay.
before.
I can even agree as a woman.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. I've been cried in front of him, been hurt, and it was just like she looked at me. I was like, "Hey, bro, like I'm in pain. Are we not allowed to be in pain? Am I not allowed to be a human?"
See, it's
So I to a
it's
degree, I
levels
agree
to
with
it
you
though.
say.
It's levels.
There
to
is,
it.
but I'm just saying, like,
Like,
depending on
if-
the woman and depending on the vulnerability of the situation,
Yeah.
which you are
Like in some situations, I can understand somebody saying something or doing something, and it gets to you, and it have you like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And if I fuck with you, you know, I'm gonna be like, it's cool, I
Mhm.
get it. Cry if you need to, yell, scream, punch the wall, do whatever you. You're human. You're supposed to have emotions. You're supposed to feel. I'd rather you express those emotions than keep that shit in.
I recommend all men follow the 5-minute rule. Give yourself 5 minutes. I don't
I'm
give a
sure
damn.
I was talking.
I'm sorry, but still.
I'm sure I was talking.
Ding, ding, ding.
Moving forward, so I was just
Finish
saying
your
that,
point.
So-
you're correct. Empathy
My
and
point
emotional
is
intelligence.
though, but like I was saying, I agree because if somebody says some minuscule shit and it gets you to that level, I am gonna look at you differently. I'm not gonna necessarily think that you're weak, but I'm gonna think that you're immature. And I don't want that's a liability to me
Okay.
because it makes me like you're irrational.
No,
You're
for
gonna let
sure.
something this simple irritate
Irritate
you
you.
to where
You gotta be somebody.
you
else.
can't even think. Like
Gang banging and breakfast
like-
day?
Who's
oh
mad
my
at
God.
breakfast, bro?
I made the mistake of
Breakfast.
entertaining, I'll say, a social media influencer, we'll call it that, because if I get too specific, people gonna know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, that's real.
And I
Dry
thought that
snitching in the space shuttle. Dry snitching.
I thought that the way that he acted online was just a online persona.
Facade.
Yeah, and then seeing him make some of those same jokes in real life, or seeing when the social media platform that he had created his following on banned his profile and deleted his account, and how he reacted to it. Like, I get it. It's something that you
It meant
do.
something to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. However, you can make another account where I personally felt like that wasn't your main source of income. So how about you focus on what's really getting your bills paid?
Mhm.
Because low key, you're letting this hobby take over, and
Mhm.
you were so pissed that you made another account to bash the creators of that social media and be like, "Hey, fuck these people because they took my page.
That's a
I
serious
did
ego
this,"
right there.
and it's just like that's gonna make me look at you different. Now I think you're immature. Now I don't believe that you have emotional intelligence.
Or empathy.
I don't wanna be around somebody who's gonna let something as minuscule as that. Like it would be way different if social media was your actual fucking job and people really knew who the fuck you were.
True. Like,
But these high school ass little kids was following you because you did skits. Fuck it, that's enough information. Y'all know who it is now.
TikTok.
Yeah. So you made skits and your fucking TikTok got banned. Like I get it. You do take time to record this shit and make a script and put it together. That is time. It's effort. Cool. I fuck with it. I respect the craft. Shit, I was dumb enough to even be a part of some of the shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can find you now.
That's cool. I mean, that's fine or whatever. But
That
you
nigga said for research purposes.
You was my nigga, so I supported
Who's
that.
this girl coach?
You was not you, obviously,
Of course not.
but
I don't even
He
have a
knows.
TikTok.
dead. But it was just my thing was just like this isn't even something that you do full time. You want to be in the music industry and you have another job in construction. Those are things that are actually the construction part was really what was making your money. And I understand you using TikTok to help your music career take off. Cool. It didn't go the way that you planned. Your page got banned. They did whatever they did. They deleted it. I understand being upset because you have put your time and effort to it. But to be so upset that you start cussing and yelling and screaming and I have to grab you and stop you from putting a hole in the fucking bedroom wall?
That's crazy.
Like, come on. You're in your fucking 20s.
I think I've only
Come on, bro. Like, I could understand, like, if you were, like, an actual fucking movie star and you did, like, a really big movie and they deleted every scene with you in it and you don't get credit for that, cool, yeah, be pissed. Because, like, what the fuck? This is some real life shit that I'm doing. That shit's not real, bro.
I hear you. I just feel, and I'm not condoning.
So that's gonna make me look at you different.
That matters to us. That's all I'm gonna say today.
That's just gonna make me look at you different. And also, same person. If you're one of those like, I hate somebody that's so easily punked. So easily, like somebody can do something really simple that gets you pissed off, and now you have to talk about how you not a punk ass nigga and you'll whoop anybody's ass. Like, all bro did was just bring up one thing.
Was it K-A-M?
Dead. Y'all know those people? Have you ever met someone that you can tell was like
a bitch?
Not,
Yeah.
not necessarily a bitch,
No,
but
I'm joking,
somebody
sorry.
that was
Bitch on you.
somebody that was probably bullied in school, and now they got like a little something going on for them, and it gets to their head.
Yeah.
And it's just like you still living in the past. Like, I never let a nigga hold me. Like, I get it. You've been hold
trauma.
before.
Shit.
Like, I feel like we get to a certain point where we have to let go of that trauma. I was bullied, and then I became a bad bitch, and now I'm like, fuck that
I feel
shit.
like to some point we all were in a little bit. If it was being teased for something,
Yeah.
or for actually being.
I realized he was just the lame nigga that had resources. So people fuck with him for the resources.
For what he could.
Money does not unlame the nigga.
And now you're still lame, and people.
So
And it hasn't changed, so now you feel
So
like you gotta
question.
do something about it.
I
That's
got
what
a
makes me look at
question.
you weird, because it's just like, grow up. At this point, we adults. Some shit gonna change, some shit not. But you can't
So-
hold on to that, how people treated you, that animosity forever. Because you're never gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna grow. You're not gonna be
Okay.
able to succeed. Like, you're gonna be stuck in a rut forever
So,
if you hold
on
to
a
that shit.
scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
how much emotional intelligence does the black community have? Start with you.
Oh, I don't want to go first. I was still thinking on it. Because honestly, I'm not trying to dog the hood, but the hood, I'm not trying to dog the hood, but it's like I'm not from Texas, so it's like, and I'm not trying to dog my hood back in Cali, so it's like, from what I've seen and from what I've experienced,
Okay,
the
go from
emotional
there.
intelligence that I've seen, it's not too high. I would say I'm gonna go moderate and go like 5 at the most, because I've seen
Harold.
some
So
intelligence.
we got 5 out of 10, Harold.
2.
2 out of 10, Aminah.
I'm gonna give like a 6.3.
You getting so safe. Say
No,
I
that's
was really
that's
gonna
her
give it a
answer.
5.9.
That's her answer.
I'm not trying to disrespect the
So-
hood,
Like, I don't want to
You
disrespect the hood,
You
you
don't.
know, because me personally, even though I grew up in the hood, I don't consider
Same.
myself of the hood.
I'd be same
My
either.
mom was smart enough to get me and my sisters tested. We went to school halfway across the city. I low-key didn't even want to play with the kids in my neighborhood. I don't want to fucking play cops and robbers. I got homework, bitch. I got soccer practice. Get the fuck.
I was still playing with my niggas though. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, some of the
yeah.
hood boys was cute. I was like, oh no, don't show me what your face is. But other than that,
Oh my God.
other than that,
Early
like,
age, y'all.
you know, like, I
Always
wasn't
the hood nigga.
entertained.
Why do they always want
Oh,
those
no,
hood
look,
ass,
hold on.
dog ass
I
niggas?
don't want
What's
the hood
wrong with
niggas
the middle
now.
class niggas, man?
Hold on.
Come on.
Let me pause. I don't want the hood niggas
I'm
now.
sorry.
I don't have time for Daquan and his bail money.
Shit, y'all did. Y'all did.
Don't say y'all.
Y'all-
Say they.
No,
Say.
no, we're gonna talk just real quick. We're gonna talk about it real quick.
Rob. Your pussy's showing.
What? No, fuck
Nice.
that.
He's-
Fuck that. And the fact that you even know that and used it is some questionable shit.
I don't know what it is, so.
But nah, now that I've
say it with your
matured,
chest, just say it.
now that I've matured,
Fuck that.
personally, I've matured, and I've learned that it be the nerdy ones. If y'all really want, I mean,
Y'all
that's
don't want
gonna.
us. Y'all be saying that.
Can I fucking talk? Thank you. I'm sure I was talking.
Man, Rob got
If you want a guy that's
I
going to
am.
be emotionally intelligent, if you want somebody that's going to be a man, you know, assert his dominance or whatever, but still be able to communicate with you and cater to the fact that you're a woman and you're an emotional creature, if you want somebody that may not, well, that either has his shit together or at least has a plan, and you want somebody that's going to rock your world, get you a nerdy nigga. A nerdy nigga. And what I mean by that is get you a nerd from the hood. So he grew up around the hood niggas. He know how to operate up here, but he don't have to. He's smart
No
enough to
rubs,
realize
no
that
rub.
he ain't got to. And trust me, them niggas that y'all be making fun of that watch anime and watch all the documentaries and hood adjacent. Yes. Get you a hood adjacent nigga. Yeah.
I'm adjacent.
But he's just not there.
Yeah. Get you somebody.
40%
And
hood,
let me tell you,
60% good man.
you know, and let me tell you that
Stupid,
goes.
bro.
He gonna do everything emotionally and physically because low key, no offense, them hood niggas they not as open like that. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, that's
I might,
those
I
are
might,
real nonchalant,
I might,
bro.
I might fuck you doggy style missionary from the side and eat your coochie and that's enough. For me, that's not enough. Get you a hood adjacent nigga because they've explored and they figured out
And I'm
it's
like,
way more ways than just that. They more fluid. Emotionally and physically. When I say fluid, hold on. I don't mean
Hey, bro, we were all that.
I don't mean like sexuality. I don't mean like their sexuality is fluid. I mean sexually with their woman, they're more fluid. They're more, you know,
I hear you. It's just.
they're more willing to experiment in some other kinks.
Right,
Is what I mean. Yeah. So y'all want to make fun of the niggas that watch anime? Y'all probably, or if you haven't, figured it out that those are the ones you should be fucking. Here's your clue.
friend.
Okay. Like y'all want to make fun of the guys that read. Y'all want to make fun of the niggas that
I read.
listen to podcasts or the ones that watch documentaries. Those are the ones that you should be fucking, sis. Stop fucking Daquan that live in the trap.
Unless he watches anime.
Even he gotta do more than just watch anime. Cause I don't give a fuck if you know about. I don't give a fuck if you know who Baki is. I don't give a
My
fuck if you
problem
watch Seven
with your
Deadly
point
Sins.
is that you still said he had to be a hood nigga.
Okay, adjacent. He don't have to be
But
hood.
you
Adjacent. 'Cause I
still
want
went
me
into the
personally.
stereotype.
Say what
That's
you mean.
still
Hold
the
on. Hold on. Can I
stereotype.
say what the? Come on.
Ooh, is that spit?
Yeah, she fucked up.
Mm.
Look.
I did that on purpose. I know what my mouth was capable of. Anyway.
Continue.
That's something sissy. These niggas with my bad. I like Lucy.
15 minutes.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I personally want someone hood adjacent because I want somebody that is aware of where I come from. Like I said, I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't of the hood. I wasn't interested in doing hood kid shit.
I
Like,
did for a little while until I realized it didn't get me nowhere.
yeah. So I would like to be with somebody who understands, who knows how to handle themselves because if I take you back home to Shreveport, Louisiana, and I take you to the Cooper Road around my Crip ass cousins, I want you to know how to condone yourself. I don't expect you to be throwing up gang signs with them and shooting your Glock. Hell no, that's not sexy. I'm
Babe,
just like,
we're hood now?
like
Well, I'm
hell
gonna
no.
I'm gonna shoot my Glock. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really gonna shoot my Glock.
Like,
Because I'm gonna have it on me, but I won't.
yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to bring you around them and they can look at you and smell the weak nigga on you.
Oh, no, it's not on
Like,
me.
I want you to be
It's not on me.
comfortable
But
if
the
I bring
Glock
you
is
there. I don't
gonna
want
be
you to
on me, though.
I don't want you to be like, holy shit, what are they doing? I want you to be aware.
I want to be more like, oh, I kind of adjacently want to join.
No, I don't want you to want to join. Me personally, I just want you to see it and acknowledge it and be like, oh, hood niggas, they're shooting Glocks. Cool. Anyway,
just want to shoot my Glock. You know what I'm saying?
like I like a versatile motherfucker though. Like I want you to.
But
like,
adjacently versatile motherfucker.
So, back to my original
I
point.
want you to be able to switch it up. Like,
Speak, Rob. Flow.
Because, like,
yeah, we only got a few minutes left. My bad. That was on a tangent. I'm sorry, but anyway,
Passionate. Continue, bro.
get you.
you
a
said
hood adjacent
4,
nerdy
he
nigga.
said 2, and you said 6, right?
I said like a 6.3, but I really feel like it might be more of like a 5.9. We got a
Okay.
lot
More
of.
of a 4, honestly, for me. I just don't.
It's-
Okay.
So we gonna-
So,
We got a
me,
lot of growing.
personally, me, I feel like it's 50-50. You got, it's a good half that
Exactly,
does
that's why I
this.
said 5.
There's a good half that does that. So,
I don't even know if it's a half.
I would like for
A
for
full
us
half.
to do is to give solutions. We've listed, some things that we need to, fix on, like the housing situation, the entertainment situation, and even in the relationship situation. What can we offer the game? What can we give in our last couple minutes? Can we give some game on how to fix these 3 situations that we've talked about tonight?
Invest in your young men.
For sure.
Invest in young men, okay.
Okay, as lame as this sounds, I would definitely say, and I know,
It's not lame. It's not lame. Say it.
be the change. Like, real talk. Like,
Why you took my words, bro?
oh, wow.
Because I was finna say that shit.
Oh, well, because I really truly felt like you already know, you know my
an actual solution, not a popular phrase.
No, if you were gonna let me, that's why I said I know this is gonna
Finish.
sound lame, but you've heard my favorite song by J. Cole, Change.
Yes.
My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. And
Yes.
all that extra stuff. Yes, it is a popular phrase, and he said an actual solution. You're right, but if you think about it, and I know we're all different, I feel like that is an actual change. Everything this man said tonight was an honest to good reason of why we don't have fathers and different solutions and everything. You make great points. If we take everything everybody said tonight, as amalgamation and put it into a black man, I feel like he won't be perfect, but he'll be something that
He'll be solid.
That's
a solid nigga.
Thank you. And that's all I'm trying to
That's
say.
a solid nigga.
That's all I'm
At
trying to
least
say.
he'll have a good starting point.
Exactly. There won't be maybe fewer errors made or less. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like be that change because everything he said was true. If you can apply all those and actually change and be what you want to be or what you want to see in the community,
Yes.
I feel like that's a start. And then those who see you emit that light and do it, I actually, oh, he's actually doing something to continue. Because I'll be real right now. Because of y'all two, I thought about starting a podcast, honestly. I thought about it. I was like, hey, you know what, bro? Be on that podcast at one time and honestly seeing people asking y'all questions, y'all honestly answering questions. This man pulling up stuff about weed, and even though it was a side quest, he still did it, but we learned facts and just...
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This right here, low-key, is a change because like every conversation y'all niggas have, bro, is putting a man onto something and putting, knowledge in people's pockets, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, Harold, be the change. And
Okay, I mean,
All right, Michael. All right, Michael.
I guess I'm gonna have to pick something different.
wait.
I'm gonna have to pick something different because I was gonna say, be that change
My bad.
that you want to see.
It just hit me in the heart.
But I'm gonna say, keep going. Fuck. Don't smoke weed, kid.
That's what she said.
But what I mean
Or
by that
monetize
is,
it.
like I said, a lot of people start stuff for that clout and that recognition. Fuck that shit. Even if nobody is fucking with what you're doing, if you feel in your heart, your spirit, your soul that this is going to be something positive for the community, keep fucking going. It's going to get hard. It's going to be times where you like, man, this shit don't seem worth it. You got to have that self-determination. You got to have that drive. You got to keep fucking going. Because think of anything in this fucking world. If people would have just given up when it got hard, we wouldn't have most of the shit that we have now.
Or anything at all.
We wouldn't have shit. We wouldn't have a goddamn thing.
a mother.
Fucking thing, like, niggas didn't go see, oh, that's a bear, nigga, and get his ass mutilated and eaten up. We wouldn't have known. It's a shitty analogy, but it's
Like,
fucking true.
and you can't be afraid of failure. You're gonna fucking fall. Sometimes you're gonna make a mistake, but it's trial and error. So like I say, it comes back to keep going. Even when it seems like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Fuck it, if you gotta build your own motherfucking light, if you gotta start a fire to make a light, do that shit. Keep fucking going.
Okay, so build young black men,
Be the change.
be the change, and keep going.
All right, you too.
So I would say all of these things. I don't know.
He said build black men.
So
Oh,
Bob the Builder.
all of these things are great, and I agree with each and every one of them. So no matter what you do, start.
Enough of that
Keep
planning and
going.
dreaming shit. Start.
That part.
execution for sure.
For shit show, yeah.
Harold,
It's one thing to
me,
have a
Harold,
plan
and Q.
up here, but once you lay that shit out and you really
Yeah.
bring it to life, oh, it's
Me,
amazing
Harold,
what you
and
can do.
Q was sitting at Cafe Leo. And we said, you know what, we can do this. We can do this. We all have the intellect for it. We talk a lot of shit. We can do it. And we've been doing it for almost a year now. So yeah.
Cause you told me a long time ago. You brought it to me a long time ago. I forgot that you said, hey bro, one day I'm gonna start a podcast. You said that to me a long time ago. I think I don't know when it was, but I think it was my freshman year of high
Like,
college.
comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah, this is Space City
Recommend
Renegades. Space City Renegades.
Let
We in
them
this
know if you
bitch.
want me back, because I don't
Yeah,
have a
real
life.
talk.
Yeah,
This
shout
is
out
fun.
to Aminah. Shout out Julian for kicking it with us today.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all
Comedic relief at all times.
at all
Before we
times.
go, answer my question.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm playing. All right.
I've been doing this whole live just blind. I'm gonna hit the stop record button now.
You look
Dude, we still have 7 minutes. You made me do all of that for 7 minutes?
You are?
I'm not high. I haven't been high in like almost 4 months.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Why have we never smoked together?
Oh.
Oh, you got stuff to do, and I ain't gonna jeopardize your future like that.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. We have
I
in
think
school.
she's shooting her shot.
She might-
What's the shot?
He doesn't know, does he?
Oh,
Good
yeah.
joke.
I didn't know that.
What?
I mean, like, we not, but we cool, we vibing. You pick up my ring. Where if I wear. Yeah.
Niggas is throwing shit.
Get away from
No.
me.
So, no.
We
I'm
always
kind of
have
mad.
to do the like, comment, subscribe.
I know, but we still had a whole 7 minutes. I looked at the time. I was like, wait, why are we doing it so soon?
So
It
my
always
dumb
happens
ass
at the
question:
end of
where
the-
do y'all have like a
You
YouTube
alright.
channel? Where do y'all post this? Where can
we
people
post
watch
this
it?
on YouTube. All
Okay, cool.
day tomorrow, I'm gonna be chopping up footage and just dumping it on the YouTube.
Hell yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, Space City Renegades. on
Space
YouTube.
City man.
Search
Because
it.
now I'm mad.
We need-
Oh damn.
We need to make icons and pictures and shit. I ran into somebody online yesterday who was like, "Yeah, I'll do that for y'all." So just
like
it's
little
coming.
logos?
It's coming. It's
Like
coming.
little animated yous and him?
I don't know about animated, but
Like
we
little, I'm talking like a logo, like a little.
I was a long time ago. We were talking about having a song, Space City Renegade. Some
I don't like
old
that.
timey
I don't
bullshit.
like that one.
I know
Hippie.
nobody does, but hey, it's something.
Bro, put that shit on it, bro. I'll watch that intro.
I look it.
Space City.
Hey, renegade.
Hey, I'll be at the computer.
You gotta have like
my dog.
Like an old white. You gotta
entertainment value.
have, at the end of it, you gotta have like that one white dude.
I mean, I support.
Oh, he in the back.
I support.
What's up, guys? Space City
I
Renegade.
wouldn't make the drive if I didn't.
You gotta end it with a yeah. You gotta end it
We
with a yeah.
appreciate you making the
Oh,
drive.
nigga broke. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker?
Lord have mercy.
Well, you ain't got to tell the world your problems.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
I'm on my way up though,
Period.
I'm on my
Start.
way.
Keep going.
and be the change.
And build up that black man.
That too.
Build up that black man.
Be that
Black
change.
men, you are important. You matter. We care about you.
And I love you.
And you're
Whether-
beautiful, black man. No homo. Your skin is melanated. Don't forget that.
Yeah. You,
So yeah.
you
It's
melanin
been
motherfucker.
another odd ass episode in the space shuttle, the Space City Renegades.
Wow, I feel it's really like that.
I've learned a lot of
I
shit.
learned a lot today, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like on this blunt of journey, I'm gonna be high as fuck. Sitting, hey, this nigga really said that most intelligence was, fuck that nigga.
Bro, I tried to smoke before I came here, and I ain't got my lighter. It's like,
I'm pretty sure.
you have a lighter?
At home. Well, I got one in the car, but I don't use it.
So I can't come to your house?
I never said you couldn't.
Ooh.
It was just a question.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, but say, Harold, you better put that foot down.
He's definitely in our Kool-Aid. Do you want a cup?
I mean,
It's been in the fridge. It's cold.
This nigga said it's a strawberry. My dumb ass was
You know-
like, hey, got some sugar in it?
Hold on, wait a minute. Why would y'all assume that my Kool-Aid wouldn't have sugar in it?
Oh, no.
biracial, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That skin tone is a little
I was
light.
raised by a single black woman. I was raised by a single black woman. My mama didn't get married till I was 13.
That's cool.
He was like, no, not the Macaulay Culkin. No.
I ain't even go cap though. I don't even drink Kool-Aid. I'm more like a fruit, because that's what people say. Like, you all up in
But
our
you don't drink
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, so this kind of defeats the purpose.
Okay, you all up in our apple juice. Shit.
I'm allergic. Okay, you're
How the fuck are you allergic to apple juice?
That's a good one. We can keep it.
Who's allergic to apple juice?
Just
Like,
people-
how?
just like people allergic to water.
I'm not editing.
People are
nothing
allergic.
out.
I have seen
You gonna
that.
leave it in?
I'm
Yeah, just
not-
leave it in. Just leave it in. These are like the extras at the end.
I got like secondhand embarrassment. We just gonna have the credits rolling. It's gonna say a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, what you embarrassed by? Did I do something?
What's
I'm
second
sorry.
embarrassment? We're just bullshit.
Let's see.
I don't even know if this is embarrassment.
Nigga, you can edit it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just astonished.
You gotta let
Astonished.
niggas know.
I'm just here.
You gotta let niggas know that I don't drink Kool-Aid. They don't need to know that. I need my black card revoked. I do other non-black shit that can get my black card revoked.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Oh. Be safe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's practical.
It's basically 8:58.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes. I fuss with you. You cool people.
What else? We doing anything tonight? Was that it?
No, we'll probably do something.
Harold, you down or I'm not in the Kool-Aid. I'm just
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.